Yeah. This has been weird. I think it's also the first case where you finish a case and it hasn't been the end of the episode as such. Yes, you do have the DLC case afterwards, which looks like it's different themed. You can't really see it very well. I'm gonna remove that scene. Shouldn't need it. Oh! Bottom middle? Oh, for crying out loud. Down here. It removed the one I was on instead of... Anyway, that's fine. I don't think I need the middle ones, no, because I'll just shift over if I am going to. I should make that smaller. I've been finding that each of these can be a little big. How I had them. So if I go there, that should be about right. Okay. But yeah. Oh, of course. It's these ones. I've got a few different ones. Might as well change them to be close. Okay. That should be up there. Okay, I have to change this over. I can't change the order. That's weird. Maybe it's because I'm live. Anyway. Let's load the save. It sort of doesn't feel like day 2. Because we just did a civil case. Yet it's also sort of day 2 because it's connected. It wasn't a murder case either. Yeah, it's weird. Okay. I really want to see if I like this, but this might be part where I don't like it. So for background, if people haven't seen the other parts, we just went through a whole civil court case where Phoenix, protagonist of the first 3 games and the big... He's basically a god in lawyer form in this world. They nerfed him. They captured Maya. The explanation for her being still not saved was that she's in the kingdom of Khura'in. Yeah, Maya's true abductor is in the kingdom of Khura'in. Is Maya in Khura'in? Who knows? But even in Khura'in, I feel like Phoenix made enough friends. And he could contact someone. He'd figure something out to save her. Like, it just feels weird how he doesn't seem to have a plan for that at all himself. And relies on Apollo to be able to break him out of it. Okay, anyway, we'll see. What do you mean Miss Faye is still being held hostage? And who's this mastermind? Paul Latisham Wimperson was nothing more than a puppet. His benefactor was the one pulling the strings. But I have no idea who they are, of course. So all we know is it's the person he was trying to give the orb to. Yeah, give the orb to. Of course I'm going to start yawning because I'm talking the most I am for the whole day, yep. Right, he was just following orders. Wherever it is, it seems they really want to get their hands on the orb. So then Miss Faye's abduction is the work of this so-called benefactor too? Right again, whoever they are, they're in Khura'in. I will laugh if it's Rafa. She wants the spiritual power from the founder. And then captures Maya. And then organizes to get the orb. But it's probably not her. That's all I can think of though, because they built up this tension where Rafe has now seen Maya spirit channel and she can't do it. Along with Maya, yeah, whoever that is in Khura'in along with Maya. I wonder who they could be. Right, this Maya, the spirit medium you've been talking about. She wouldn't happen to be that bun-haired young lady you defended back in Khura'in. He followed. Yeah. That's her. Why do you ask? I see. I think I know what's going on here. I've got good news for you, right? Maya is somewhere safe. That much I'm sure of. Yeah, because they need her. I'm afraid you've lost me. So that's who the Little Snot's patron is. It's all starting to make sense. That fool has no idea I'm here in the States with you all. Dirk, you mind filling us in? Oh, turn it up. Okay, it does loop a bit earlier than the full Steel Samurai thing. No caller ID. I wonder who's calling. Beep. Hello? Mr. Phoenix, right, yes? Let me start by thanking you for taking such good care of my subordinate. Who is this? I believe you know me as Mr. Attison's benefactor. Ah, sounds like they're using a voice changer or something to disguise himself. Yes, that's what I was going for. I'm on the same page now. I was way off with the drone sort of page, but that was good. Where's Maya? Is she safe? Where's Maya? Is she safe? You gotta do the Batman voice, isn't it? Oh, why have I got hiccups trying to do that? Pardon me. Where is she? There we go. I had my ears on today's proceedings. What a shock it was to hear that the key to solving your riddle is a spirit medium. I admit, I didn't see that coming. Oh. Wait, did they plant a listening device in here somehow? Nevertheless, don't think for a minute that it will guarantee my affair's safety. She is not the only medium within my reach, you see. Yeah, I mean, Pearly. Never mind trying to get a hold of Rafa, maybe? Because she'd have the potential to, she just needs to train up. Theoretically. You harm a hair on Maya's head and you'll have to answer to me. Now Phoenix is in proper badass mode. Right. Right. Give it here a sec. Wait. Hey there. How's it going, stranger? What's this? Why, it's your friendly neighborhood dragon. I just happened to be in the US on a little trip. Minister of Justice Inga Karkul Khura'in. Inga? What? Maya's kidnapper? Is Khura'in's Minister of Justice? I mean, he just looks evil from the start, doesn't he? Dirk, is that you dirty turncoat? How in the what in blazes is going on here? Oh, you know, just popped over to the States for a little R&R. But enough about me. There was a poor excuse for a bluff he pulled just now. We both know your threats are as empty as your head. You can't lay a hand on my affair, and I do mean that literally. Thought that could be somewhere in there with the royals. What is he talking about? You can guess your chances of getting your goodbye. Yeah, he's talking about how Maya's the only one that has the training to be able to spirit channel with a high percentage of success. My affair and my only, how shall I say, insurance, you know, Dirk. What? I've got someone due to you right in the palm of my hand, see? It's gonna be Nayuta, I guess. Oh, that's what, real. You can't imagine what kinds of thing I could do, right? Yeah, glad you are seeing things my way. Meet me at the Mother's Tomb tomorrow, 3 p.m. sharp. And you better come alone, got it? If all goes well, the organ is all you need to get Maya Fade back. Dirk, what's going on? You heard him. I have to get back to Khura'in at once. What? Why? No time to explain. But are you even going to make it? What if there are no seats left on the next flight? Plus, you're a wanted man. They're not going to just let you get on a plane. Let me worry about that, Mr. Justice. Oh, let me worry about that, Mr. Justice. Here he comes back, edgy poo. With his triumphant theme every time he appears, right? I do really like his theme in this. Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth? What are you doing here? Well, he had to see... He would have heard about the case. He had to see Phoenix actually going against his own protege. Like, he missed it, but... Taking care of the hostage situation. See? This is what I mean. All Phoenix would have to do. Contact Edgeworth. Edgeworth pulls strings. Hostage situation sorted. Oh, now that you mention it. Pearl did say she saw you around in Khura'in village. I had him look into a few things while I was on my way back from Khura'in. Including my situation, of course. Oh, thank goodness they didn't completely nerf Phoenix. They just had to... Okay, what's he gonna do? Please just be the epic, like, Hobo Phoenix level type strategies, please. Because that's what Phoenix should be doing. And then he sets it up for Apollo to face Nayuta. You have the clash of the children of Dirk. And then ends up helping Nayuta in that, right? I was astonished to hear she was still in Khura'in earlier. But it explained why I found no connection between her and Mr. Atterson. Sorry to interrupt, but going back to the plane situation, I've taken the liberty of chartering one for us. It's ready to take off at any time. For us, yeah, we're all going there, and I will do what's necessary to hide the fact that Dirk Sadmadi is on board. So you know how you're fighting to stop corruption in the prosecutor's office? I feel like this is a slippery slope. Wow, must be nice to be chief prosecutor. I like how the collar folded over, like the inside of his jacket is a little bit darker than the outside. It's cool. Right, we have no time to lose. We must head for Khura'in at once. Right. I'm going too. After all, you're bound to need my help. No fair, I want to go too. This isn't a vacation, Trucy. Besides, I'll need you to hold down the fort. But Daddy! Guess I should also only bring what's necessary. Sorry, Trucy, but would you mind holding onto this stuff for me? Unnecessary evidence foisted onto Trucy. So we might still use some of the evidence? Okay, so after that. Fine, but you better bring me back something besides just more evidence. Oh yeah, we really cleared that out. Damn. Excellent. Now let's make haste to Khura'in. Phoenix is returning, bigger and better, with backup to reform the Kingdom of Khura'in's court system, right? I felt like this should be the arc through all of it. It doesn't necessarily have to be with the Maya kidnapping, but that the Kingdom of Khura'in's court system will be revamped because of Phoenix from the very first part of the story. And that's how a sudden trip to the Kingdom of Khura'in began. I guess the main team, Trucy, would have been in deep doo-doo if she went. I never imagined I'd return to the country of my youth under such circumstances, so. Here we go, the temple. Yep, it's 3:30, so half an hour till that meeting point on the 18th of May. That was a long flight. It's already 2:30 in the afternoon. Talk about cutting it close. The Kingdom of Khura'in. There's no time to reminisce, but I gotta say, this place sure brings back memories. Hurry up, Apollo. Right behind you. Amara's tomb is located in the courtyard of Khura'in Palace. We should have just enough time to get there. Oh, it's spent there. Think you can keep up, Apollo? Just sure, no sweat. I'll contact the royal family and the local police and inform them of our arrival. Thanks, Edgeworth. Alright, can we examine everything? Apollo! I'm sure this place brings back memories, but could you reminisce later? Time's running out. You're right. We have to find Miss Faye before it's too late. Okay. What about presenting the attorney's badge? Don't, Apollo, don't go showing me stuff for no reason. We have to find Miss Faye before it's yeah, okay. Royal residence. Ooh, fancy. There's a pot knocked over there. Oh, it's behind my head. There's a pot knocked over just here. Court to 3. I wasn't made for all the running and climbing and near drowning I've done this week. It's 3:15. Only 15 minutes left. See that cylindrical building rising in the distance? That's Amara's tomb. Amara, wasn't that the previous queen, the one who was assassinated? Yes, and I'm the one they pinned it on. It'll take a few minutes to get to the tomb from here. That's Naita. how did I do his voice again? So you have returned, a barbed head. Ah. Wrong one, I was getting them mixed up. So you have returned, barbed head. Whoops. I've seen her before on the news. If I remember correctly, this is the Crown Princess Rafa Padma Khura'in. What are you people doing here? This is the royal residence. Commoners are not allowed entry without permission. A prosecutor from the States should have already called and requested permission for us to enter. As to why you're here, well, we're here, your benevolence. Have you seen Minister Inga? If you seek my father, I just saw him heading toward Amara's tomb. Was he with anyone? You know, like some shady looking underlings or something? Phoenix! No, he was alone. Why do you ask? Looks like she has no idea about Miss Faye's abduction. You hear that? I think we have company. Bow down before her glory! Her Eminence Queen Khura'in, Grand Princess of Khura'in approaches! Huh? Khura'in? Ah, it's... Queen Khura'in! Guards! Surround Amara's tomb at once! Yes, Your Eminence! Okay. I thought those swords were ceremonial. They wouldn't do much. What's she doing? Is she going to help us? Yeah, I doubt that, the way things are going. Excuse me, Your Eminence. So, a barbed-head lawyer returns. May we presume you are here for Maya Faye, the spirit medium who has been abducted? Yes, you may. Allow us to apologize for the criminal actions of our husband. Okay. Interesting. So she's condemning him, at least publicly. No need to apologize for him. Honestly, Inga, abducting a guest in our country? How could you? Father abducted someone? Your Eminence, what about those soldiers over there? They are the Khura'in Royal Guard, soldiers who serve the crown and no other. Royal Guard? They are an elite force selected from only the most loyal and outstanding of our subjects. And why have you ordered them to surround the tomb? The police will not come if it is my husband who is committing the crime. We shall have to storm the tomb and take Minister Inga into custody ourselves. Damn, into action. This reminds me of something. Well, the Royal Guards remind me a lot of the Imperial Guards in Star Wars, because the same as this is that they were the ones picked as the most loyal and outstanding skilled from the training center to serve Emperor Palpatine. What? You mean... Khura'in, no! His hostage is in there! Dirk! How dare you set foot in the palace? Have you come to turn yourself in? Listen, we need to call a truce for now. Khura'in Royal Guard, seize this traitor of the crown! As you wish, Your Eminence! Resist and you die! Well, wait a second. Oh, he's gonna use Haki. The Conqueror's Haki mode occurred. Slow down there, Khura'in. I'm here to conduct a hostage exchange. But if you take me in now, my Faye is as good as dead. A hostage exchange? And why would he choose to do such a thing with you? We can talk about that later. Right now I need to get in there before it's too late. If I can't resolve this in 20 minutes, you can storm the place. Now then, if you will excuse me. Dirk, wait! Guards, allow the insurgent Dirk Sadmadi to pass. Barbed head! You have some explaining to do. Right, well, while we're waiting here, Apollo, why don't you explain the situation? Of course he palms it off on Apollo. What, me? Leave nothing out, hornhead, or I'll dehorn you where you stand. Hornhead? She doesn't waste any time coming up with nicknames. And what's with her attitude? Her father's the one who abducted Miss Faye. Examine things. Right. No time to be looking around until Dirk gets back. No, we got time to look around. There's footsteps here. Okay, they're not gonna let me until we do that, but what I immediately see here is there's a knocked over vase and there's footprints on the mud here. Oh. Let's just take my Inga. Did my ears deceive me, or did I hear talk of my father abducting someone? Oh, you heard it right. You heard right. He abducted Maya Faye and... An insolent fool! Pardon my rudeness. A gentle soul such as my father could not possibly have committed such a crime. Gentle? You think he's gentle? I'm afraid it's true, your benevolence. He's holed up in that tomb as we speak. Really? I find this difficult to believe. Why would he do such a thing? Inga Khura'in. Your benevolence? You saw your father heading toward the tomb? I did. I was over on that veranda, deep in thought. When I saw him hurrying toward the tomb, I'd say it was about 10 minutes ago. Why was he rushing? Maybe he was worried he'd be late. Did you see anyone else heading for the tomb? I saw no one else after he entered. So Minister Inga and Miss Faye are the only ones in there besides Dirk. Who knows, but I wouldn't be surprised if he had a minion or two with him. Dirk, I sure hope he's alright. It's only been 5 minutes. Feels like an eternity. Patience, Apollo. Patience. Alright, let's see what we've got. 20 past 3, okay, that's the time. It's been almost 20 minutes. What's taking Dirk so long? The appointed time has come. A royal guard shall now storm in. Can't you wait just a little longer? No, we cannot. Every second we wait puts the hostage's life in even more danger. Therefore, we see no alternative but to order our guards to storm in. And that'll put Miss Faye's life in danger too. Guards! Storm the tomb and seize Minister Inga, along with the insurgent Dirk Sadmadi. Yes, your eminence! What? Dirk's under arrest too? Of course he is. What do you think, Apollo? He's a bloomin' insurgent. Naturally, that traitorous snake assassinated my predecessor, Queen Amara. Now go, seize them both. Roar! We're going in! Follow me, men! For Her Eminence! Howdy, howdy, got on! I hope no one gets hurt. Your Eminence! What the? Why are they running back out? What is the meaning of this? So something terrible has happened. Dirk, the minister. He's dead. Yeah, we knew something had happened. What's this? What? Apollo, quick. I'm right behind you. I'm right behind you. No one enters without I. Come, let us see what has transpired. Yes, Your Eminence. Yeah, she takes too long to say it. Must. Wait, where's Dirk? Apollo over there. Dirk? Dirk, well, what? What have you done? Apollo? Look. So it is Minister Inga who has fallen? Guards, seize this murderous man at once! Yes, Your Eminence! Surrender now or perish, rebel scum! No, wait! Certainly ramped up some of the action in this, other than it being nice to see it. But I guess it would have been a bit much for the original hardware. When did this come out again? $2016. So when did it come out? Wikipedia. No, it came out on the PlayStation Store, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch. They would have been able to do more, but oh yeah, it was originally released for the Nintendo 3DS. That's why they wouldn't have done huge 3D action scenes, I guess. Again, they could do it if they wanted to. I guess the focus isn't on that with the type of game it is. Well, it'd be cool to see what they actually did instead of fading to white though there. Alright. They're taking him away. Ow! Dirk just threw something at me. Wait, this is the... He's telling me to keep it safe? Is he telling me to keep it safe? Nick? Is that you? Mamiya, are you alright? Dirk, he saved me. I feel exhausted. I can't keep my eyes open. Maya! Minister Inga, the man behind Miss Faye's abduction, had been killed, and Dirk was arrested for his murder. So it was that the abduction of Maya Faye came to a sudden and unexpected resolution. With this, the curtain fell on the minister, but things were far from over. Yeah, that's why it's weird how it's sort of all one episode. Alright. Apollo, what happened? I can't say for sure, but from what I can tell, it seems Dirk has killed Minister Inga. What? You think he did it to save Miss Faye? Most likely, but who knows? I'm really confused right now. My father? This cannot be! Oh good, I need to do something in the background for a sec. You know, I'll go back here for a moment. I need to just unplug something. Start copying some things over. I'm doing a couple of things in the background here. There we go. Put this SD card away. Oh, it comes up with that, that's okay. So I need to go from that, I need to open another one to the archives. It is saving space. Okay, so what I'm doing is I am slowly but surely putting all of the game installers in a zip folder. So I did those 3. Theoretically, I might just try doing some of them next. I probably should have put the window over before I started it, but I will. Alright. As far as I know, as I say it, I noticed dropped frames slightly. Maybe because I'm starting it. I need to limit the cores just for while that happens. There's 2 processors at the moment for that, so boom, 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 boom. Okay. If they're going here, also give me a visual cue when I'm editing. I can cut this part out if I remember. Otherwise, that's how it be. That should help. There's so many Streamlabs OBS processors to try and set them all to high affinity. You know, I should try and do to high priority. I should try and see if there's a way to do that, because it would be good if there is. Oh, it's interesting. The Apollo Justice Trilogy in Task Manager, actually have a squiz, comes up in Japanese with the title of the game. That's interesting. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's so many here. I'm wondering if I can go to details and then select all of these. There's not really a way to do that. Okay, never mind. It's fine. Back to it. I must see for myself. Your benevolence, we cannot allow you to pass. Fools, stand aside. Forgive us, but we have direct orders from Her Eminence, Queen Khura'in. Ah, Father? Oh, Father? Dirk, you will pay for this. Apollo, let's regroup somewhere. Yeah. Let's see that. Dirk, it wasn't really you that did it, right? I need to turn my fan up on full, I'm getting warm. Of course, sitting in this corner is a bit warmer than elsewhere. I'll get a bit of a better breeze then. It's been a quite warm day, so it's good. Are you okay, Apollo? Yeah. Adra is speaking with the locals police, so let's sit tight until he returns. Okay. I know you must be in a state of shock right now, but I need you to stay with us, Apollo. He's right, I can't go to pieces now. Also, there needs to be some sort of interaction with Maya soon, because I think this is the first time Apollo and Athena will have met Maya. So we need to see something coming of that. Thanks, Mr. Wright. I'll be fine. Oh, of course you will be. Here he is. Right, Mr. Justice. I'm afraid I have some bad news. Why are you playing the hopeful sounding music then? It looks like things will only get more complicated from here. Prosecutor Edgeworth, what's happening with Dirk? As I understand it, he has been officially charged with the murder of Minister Inga. He has? However, I did manage to get us permission to investigate the crime scene, and I expect we'll be allowed to visit Mr. Sadmadi shortly. Thank you. I'm sure glad Prosecutor Edgeworth is here with us. Also, it just so happens that Detective Sky is here in Khura'in. She was just in Japanifornia, and now she's back in Khura'in. Why? It just feels so weird. Like, I feel like they could have set up another detective that's in Khura'in instead of tossing Ema back and forth. So I have asked her to assist us with our investigation. What? What's she doing here? It seems Prosecutor Sadmadi has grown quite fond of her. He's been ferrying her around all over the place, a few days here, a few days there. They've almost become a team of sorts. Despite what Nuyuta says, it seems he thinks highly of Ema's skills. So what now, Apollo? I think I'll go pay Dirk a visit at the detention center. I want to go check in on Maya at the hospital. Right. What about you, Athena? Well, if there's footwork to be done, I'd better stick with Apollo and give him a hand. Very well. Then I will accompany Right. Okay, we'll go our separate ways for now. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. The people that know Maya more are going to look after her and check in on her. Alright, if anything comes up, you have my cell number. Oh, is he going to jail now? Apollo's going to jail, and you know his cell number if you ever need to see him. You know your way around here, Apollo? It's been over 10 years since I left, but I'll try not to get us hopelessly lost. Alright, let's go. We can reminisce now. Mr. Wright stayed here the entire time he was here, apparently. Why would he stay at the temple instead of a hotel? He says it helped to cut costs. Long stays at a hotel really add up, you know? But he had to sleep on the floor with a load of strangers. There weren't any showers either. Wow, that's worse than staying at a youth hostel for backpackers. Ah, penny pinching the Phoenix. Okay. There sure are a lot of temples around here. In fact, it looks like most of the buildings around here are related to Khura'ism. Of course, they are. This is said to be a sacred spring and a pathway for souls to follow. The people of Khura'in believe the spring draws souls to the temple, and by the truth gained in the Hall of Justice beyond, they are memorialized. Oh, there's this tiny little flying thing that's... I've been trying to get all day and I keep missing it. Damn it, they're too sneaky. It seems that legal trials and funeral rites are inseparable in this country. Okay, what about showing you this? Yeah, there we go. I've been thinking about that photo. Your father was quite the manly man, Apollo. Ha ha ha, I sense a compliment in there somewhere. Huh? Where'd you get that idea? Never mind. Never mind what? Nice weather we're having today. Oh, is there something you wanted to hear me say, Apollo? Well, look, just forget I said anything, okay? I thought that attorney badges were the same around the world. But I just realised that this type is only used back home. You've had your badge for a while now and you're just noticing that? Hey, I'm still getting used to things after all the time I spent in Europe. She should have noticed immediately, because she would have seen badges in Europe. But as they say, when in Rome... Wait, what are we even talking about anymore? Yeah, let's try this one. The orb. It was a real surprise to find out that it's hollow on the inside, wasn't it? Yeah. An even bigger surprise to find that the founder's face was hidden within. And now that the orb's secret has been revealed, how are you supposed to restore it to its original state? Well, it was probably wax or something that melted to reveal the figure inside, so... if we turn it upside down and heat it up again, it should go back the way it was. Oh, I get it. That's one clever little contraption. Let's try it. We know that heating it up won't cause issues. Okay, you're just gonna do what to do. I don't go down these, I don't know. Maybe in some places you get unique dialogue. I haven't really worried about it. Okay, we're back here. This feels like it'd be a separate episode. Following on from the last one. They could have broken it up and been like, it has 6 episodes. Wouldn't have made a lot of difference, I guess. Apollo! Here to see your old man, are you? Dirk, are they done interrogating you? Nope. The fun hasn't even started. I imagine they'll really rake me over the coals, though. I don't even want to think about how harsh their interrogation method will be. Yeah, that's nothing compared to what they'll do if they find him guilty. They branded me as a terrorist who killed the previous queen, and now the justice minister. If found guilty of these crimes, I'll be facing a very public execution. The public execution? This is worse than I thought. Come on, son. Turn that frown upside down. You'll jinx us. As soon as I get out of here, I'll take you to this tasty hash house I know. I'd like that. I only need to focus on what happened. Time to switch to work mode. Dirk, can you tell me what happened? Oh, and there's also something I want you to take a look at. Let's start with what happened. Dirk, what happened in there? You didn't really kill Minister Inga, did you? Well, the thing is, I really don't know. Huh? I remember seeing a mural of the founder right as I entered the tomb. But I got all dizzy immediately after that. The next thing I knew, I was standing there with a bloody knife in my hand. He did seem a little bit out of it. Like something else controlled his body. Or someone else. I'm covered in Inga's blood. So you don't remember meeting with him? No. The last thing I remember after entering the tomb is feeling really dizzy. There's no way you can explain what happened if you can't remember anything. Yeah. I suppose there's no getting out of this one. But we can't give up yet. Ha! Ha 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 ha! I was just messing with you, son. Well, stop. It's not funny. Just sorry. Sheesh, nothing seems to faze him. Not even being arrested for murder. Well, he's been there, done that before. This is going to be one tough case, Apollo. Not only have I been charged with Inga's murder, but I've also been charged with Amara's assassination from 23 years ago. And they suck because they didn't catch him in all that time. You're on trial for 2 charges. Khura'in is practically licking her chops just thinking about my public execution. To be fair though, it is a surprise that he's the victim in this. because I was really expecting us to go through a trial and he may be the killer or an accomplice of the killer or something when we're in the next case, for the final case sort of thing. So, out of who we know, the only one I can really think of that other than Dirk would be Khura'in organising things to go that way. That's really hard to tell at the moment with the information we have. We may find more people when we investigate too. As it means we can't afford to lose our heads, huh? Ha 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 ha. I don't know how you can laugh at a time like this. So, son, I take it you'll be defending me at my trial? Of course, you can count on me. Apollo, there's a little thing called the Defense Culpability Act you might want to know about. That's my boy. Looks like your nerves are as steely as those vocal cords of yours. After all, you've got the Defense Culpability Act to contend with too. There we go. Alright, so if you're found guilty, then I'll be charged with the same double homicide, huh? Don't tell me you forgot about that. I'll be fine. I'll just have to make sure we win this one. You sure? Because you don't sound very fine. Apollo? What was that about an assassination 23 years ago? 23 years ago. About that incident 23 years ago. That was when the previous queen, Amara, was assassinated, wasn't it? Yes. Someone set her private residence on fire. She lost her life in the ensuing blaze. And you were arrested for the crime? Why would they arrest you, Mr. Submuddy? Weren't you just a lawyer back then? What relation could you have had with the Queen? Well, about that. Amara was, well, she was my wife. So he was our father. Well, he was Apollo's father. Is he connected into Khura'in in some way, I would imagine? I may not look the part, but I was once husband to a queen. In short, I was royalty. What? No way! There's no reason to... What did they say was his motivation then? Are you saying he won the heart of the reigning queen? Ha 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 ha! Come on, you're talking to a guy who honed his prowess against witnesses on the stand. Even the queen is no match for this dragon's glare. Oh wow, you're really something else. So was a verdict ever reached, Dirk? I acted as my own attorney and won. Until I was accused of fabricating evidence, that is. Then it all went south. Now, where have I heard a story like that before? Just the accusation of falsifying evidence would be enough as well, probably, to cause everything to be in an uproar. What happened after that? I made a run for it. You ran? But why? I didn't kill Amara, and I didn't fabricate any evidence. But if I had stuck around for a retrial, I'd have been found guilty for sure. I couldn't allow that to happen. Amara's true killer would never face justice if I did. Is that the right use of a semicolon? Closely related independent clauses that are not joined by a coordinating conjunction and can also separate items in yeah. So that could have just been a normal colon in the sentence, right? Or a dash. Though the Merriam-Webster dictionary does use similar cases like this. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. I was just thinking, I've usually seen it with longer lists. So I left my law practice behind and went underground. But that was 23 years ago. Are you telling me that after all these years, you still haven't discovered the truth? Yeah, the fact that it was an arson means that the crime scene was reduced to ashes. So he couldn't pull a hobo Phoenix, he wasn't as good as Phoenix. There was little in the way of evidence left, it's just been brick wall after brick wall. I guess that means it's all up to me to figure it out, huh? Along with Mr. Inger's murder, of course. I think I'm going to be sick. Come on, son, don't look so down. With you on the case, it'll work out somehow. I hope he's right. Say, son, do you remember my office? Sure, I remember that messy, dimly lit room. The file of Ambassador Mara's assassination is kept there. I think it might help you on this case. Do you remember how to get there? Let me think. I recall going in through a manhole. How can I not, Dirk? I hated how I always got so dirty getting there. And that stench. And he's got a really good memory for only being here when he was young. Because this has to be before he sort of started at least high school that he went to Japanifornia. So to remember the directions and that nothing's changed as well. That old case is important too, but I should probably focus on the minister's murder first. Attorney's badge. I'm proud of you, son. You've really become a fine lawyer. Well, at least it means I'm qualified to defend you. To think the day would come where you'd come to my defense. I'm one lucky man. Now I can die in peace. Whoa, slow down. I'm going to prove you innocent, so... Ha 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 ha. Just pulling your leg, son. Even when he's in the slammer, Dirk is Dirk. That's the only remaining photo of your father. Take good care of it. I will. I'm just surprised to see it after all these years. I had a tough time tracking it down and retrieving it. It was taken by some European tourists who just happened to be watching your father. And I had one of my men go to Europe to look them up and ask whether we could have it. And you went through all that trouble? I did, so don't go losing it or anything. I said I'd take good care of it, didn't I? I just had a thought. It'd be a crazy plot twist. If someone else could spirit channel, they change physically. What if someone constantly spirit channeled Dirk? And he was already dead. And it explains the getting dizzy, like he was forced out of the body. Because the person that was spirit channeling Dirk wanted control back for that moment. That guy standing so still with such great posture. I wonder if he spends his days just watching the dust dance in the sunlight. He does look pretty. Wait a second, don't you do that in court sometimes, Athena? Heap! You mean you notice? Don't think you can take it easy just because I'm the lead lawyer on this one. The bell. Don't do it, Athena. Don't ring that bell. Ah. Who? Me? Perish the thought. I mean, would I ever do something so childish? Now I want her to do it. Alright, put your bracelet away already. Oh, he's always wearing it. Maybe he just goes, Look, I can tell if you're lying. Talk about unfair. Okay, what about the Founder's Orb? Yeah, I see you got it safely out of the tomb. Why did you throw it at me like that? I want you to listen carefully, son. The orb must not fall into Khura'in's hands. Not ever. I thought Minister Inga was the one who was after it. He was the one who lent it to Professor Buff to study, after all. So haven't you exposed his crime now? I have, but there's more connected to this relic than meets the eye. Much more. And whatever it is, I can't help feeling that it could turn this entire kingdom upside down. He said something like that before. Looks like Dirk's intuition is at it again. Khura'in will do anything to retrieve this, so guard it well, son. At least until tomorrow's trial. I'm afraid your time is up. Oh, I'm afraid your time is up. Nayuta. It's time for the prisoner's interrogation. So be gone, you putrid-headed criminal abetting lawyer. Wait, don't tell me. You're the prosecuting attorney? Of course he is. What? But that would mean... Is there a problem here? You bet there is. He's your father. And your point is? My relation to the accused is irrelevant. The fact remains, I am a prosecutor. But they should have a prosecutor that won't be biased one way or the other. And they shouldn't have someone that has a relation to the accused. They should have a different prosecutor so that there won't be any bias. 100%. Because no matter how connected it is, like, no matter if they say that it won't happen, something could skew them one way or the other. And no, that's not what I don't think I'm getting through to him. Nayuta, long time no see, son. How have you been? Look, I hear you've been serving Khura'in, rather faithfully, in fact. Whatever happened to a dream of taking her down and changing this country, son? The past is the past. What do you mean? Why are you doing this? It's simple. People change. The Nayuta you knew exists no more. That is a pretty big value shift, though. Listen, son, I don't know what made you change like this. But you're still my boy, even if you prosecute my case. The rest of the Defiant Dragons and I eagerly await your return. Whenever you're ready, we'll welcome you back with open arms. That's nice. Yeah. As I said, I've moved on. Now, let us waste no more time, for flowers do not blossom simply from talk of the past. Nayuta, why do I get the feeling there's something he wants to say but can't? Guard, move the accused to the interrogation room. Yes, sir! This way, you rebel scum! Ow! Watch it! Not so rough, will you? Nayuta, is he seriously going to prosecute his own father? Alright, let's go. Royal Residence. Okay, we'll go to Amara's tomb then. They have a mural to the left that looks a lot like Dirk in the center of it. We'll definitely be looking at that. So, this is the tomb of Amara, the previous queen of Khura'in. It's really lavish. I guess you could say it's fit for a queen. Is the faceless woman in that mural over there Amara? No, that's the Holy Mother. She's the one who brought spirit channeling to Khura'in. Oh, right, the woman in the orb. Yep. Oh, it's you two. Oh, this might be Ema. Oh, it's you two. Getting right down to business, I see. Hey. Hi, Ema. We heard you'd give us a hand if we needed it. Yep, Mr. Edgeworth asked me to help where I could. So, it's been quite a while since you've been back in Khura'in, I hear? Yeah, more than 10 years, in fact. Well, you sure didn't waste any time. I mean, you're already mixed up in a murder. More than 10 years. Oh. I wish we had the profile on Apollo just to double check his age here. He was 21 in Apollo Justice, so that would make him 23. Let me check this. No, not that one. So his age... Documented age range 24. Might be the end here. So 24. Yeah, that's not far off. So... his age in Spirit of Justice is probably 24 then. It'd be nice if it could give me a straight answer. I'm still getting used to... DuckDuckGo a little bit differently. Yeah, 24. Around 24. So... that will mean over 10 years ago... It's a bit vague because it says more than 10 years. But we'll say it's like 10 years, but not 11 years, which means he left when he was 14, 13. Which is just the start of high school age. I guess it can work. It feels weird that he spent so long and then it was never mentioned, but yeah, anyway. You're as big a trouble magnet as Mr. Right. But please don't say that. My luck's already bad enough as it is. Ema, I hear Prosecutor Submody has requested your services again. He seems to have really taken a liking to you. You mean His Ephemeral Holiness? The Snuggies are back! Yes! I don't mind that he approves of me and my abilities. It's just his people skills need some serious work. And when he manages to smile and compliments my work, it's hard to say no. Plus, working... It's been tough when the lack of sleep has been brutal on the skin. To make matters worse, offending in this case is someone I know. How good does it get any worse? Yep, she's going on a rant. We'll read all that properly in a minute. Snuggies! Sounds like they've got one complicated prosecutor-detective relationship going on. So... I don't mind, when he manages to smile, it's hard to say no. Plus, working on investigations overseas is a priceless experience. But flying back and forth between here and home every few days with no days off, that's been tough. And the lack of sleep has been brutal on my skin. To make matters worse, the defendant in this case is someone I know. I mean, how could this get any worse? And she got the munchies. Alright. Examine. Get him as a K before you start. No, we'll snoop around all the time. I'll talk to her first. Ema, have you determined the cause of death? Blood loss from a stab wound. A single stab wound in the back was enough to cause the victim to bleed to death. In the back, okay. The estimated time of death is 3 PM, which is when Dirk came onto the scene. Okay. Any suspects besides Dirk? No. He, Maya, and the minister were the only ones here. And Maya had been tied up until she was freed by the Queen's Royal Guard. Could someone have been hiding somewhere in here? Not likely. I was told this tomb was searched from top to bottom after the murder. During that time, the Royal Guard set up a perimeter to prevent anyone from escaping. But there might be a secret exit or something. In other words, the crime scene was completely sealed off? It would appear so. No way for a third party to escape without being spotted. So, great. It's another one of those convoluted locked room mysteries. About the victim, Minister Inga. He was the kingdom's Minister of Justice, correct? Yes, Inga Khura'in was the second most powerful figure in Khura'in. Plus, he was married to the Queen. Seems strange that someone of his status would abduct someone. Apparently, he only told a few of his most loyal subordinates about his plan. That way, there was little chance of the police or even the Queen finding out. What was Inga hoping to gain by getting his hands on the orb? That I don't know, but I'm working on it. I wonder if it really was for what Paul Lattish and Wimperson said. I must deliver it to my benefactor at all costs. What do they want that relic for anyway? It's something to do with an old legend. My patron seeks the great powers and to be granted to whoever solves a secret. A great power that is said to be bestowed on whoever solves the orb's secret. In Khura'in, only those who can channel spirits are said to be fit to rule. Was that why Inga wanted such power? Did he want to be king? He effectively was, though. As he was Minister of Justice, but... So this is the tomb of the previous queen? Yes. Queen Amara was laid to rest here. She lost her life in an arsonist blaze. What a tragic end. I heard this tomb sits on the actual site of her residence before it was burnt down. They built it on the same spot so her soul could rest in peace. So this is where the fire happened, huh? Why do you think Minister Inga was holding Miss Faye captive here? Okay, something to do with the location. Too, then. That seems important. Location, location, location. Did I read that? I forget. Why do you think Minister Inga was holding Miss Faye captive here? It's a perfect spot, if you think about it. It's close to his private quarters, which made it easy to keep an eye on his prisoner. And the courtyard is only open to the royal family, so he had little fear of prying eyes. Plus, the tomb is normally locked, and only the royal family was allowed access. I was gonna check it and thinking of it. I didn't do my bloomin'... What's the time? I didn't do the bloomin' Duolingo yet. I'll do that on the break. So that's why I picked this place. How long had Miss Faye been held captive? About 6 days. Really? That long? It appears that she was severely weakened by her prolonged confinement. She passed out as soon as she was freed, and is now on an IV drip at the hospital. She's been asleep ever since. And she'll wake up just when you need her most. Poor Miss Faye, I hope she gets better soon. Inga, do you mind if we start looking around? Sure, I've already got the okay. Knock yourselves out. Oh, and here. It's a diagram the police drew of the tomb. There's something up there then. I thought I'd give you a copy to help your investigation on. Thank you. Tomb diagram added to the court record. Oh, and let me know if you need my forensic expertise. Don't you dare keep all the fun to yourselves, you hear? You don't need to worry about that. Besides, I'd hardly classify this as fun. Alright. Yeah, we can examine. I want to examine this. There's a painting up there, but I can't see it very well from here. Bruh. Can you see it from here? Okay. Is this supposed to be Amara channeling a spirit? Oh, is this supposed to be Amara channeling a spirit? It looks like the spirit of some country's sultan or something. And she seems to be conveying something to his retainers. She's on fire! Oh look, there's Dirk with the devil horns and everything! Wow. This must be Amara's assassination as allegedly carried out by Dirk. They really made him look evil. This is the weirdest one of all. Is that supposed to be Dirk facing his punishment in the afterlife? Anyway, I guess that's the last one. I guess we're supposed to see this as a happy ending. Yeah, except nobody came out of this story happy. Okay, I'll look at these normally now. This is where we started off. Okay. It's like a small army of monks all neatly lined up. It looks like they're facing the sarcophagus in prayer. If you look carefully, each one has a slightly different expression. I wonder if they use real people as models. It's quite possible. Some are frowning, some are smiling. There's one that looks like he's trying his hardest not to burst out laughing. Really? I wonder why. Maybe it's like those times when things are so intense you can't help but laugh. You know, like at funerals and stuff. They went through all the trouble of depicting that. Talk about going overboard. I mean, it is the queen of the country. Look, one of the statues is broken. Yeah, but it's kind of hard to see from here. Let's check it out when we get a little closer. Yeah, okay. Look at the sarcophagus. So this is Amara's sarcophagus. Let's take a closer look. Okay. Hey, these curtains open, Apollo! There's the mint hammer. Butterfly. That's one big sarcophagus. They say the mummy of Amara, the former... Oh, wrong one. They say the mummy of Amara, the former queen, rests inside. A mummy? Rats, it's locked. Hey, don't touch that! You mean we can't search inside it? Not a chance. Besides, it's not something anyone would try opening anyway. What if the real killer's hiding inside? Hey, anyone in there? Don't do that. You're going to get us cursed. A legitimate, though, cursed? The queen likely bears a grudge toward the living after such a violent, painful death. So no one dares touch the sarcophagus for fear of incurring her wrath. Well, we did a weird curse now. Oh no, Apollo, what am I going to do? Don't look at me. In any case, the sarcophagus is temperature controlled. It's kept really cold to preserve the mummy. So even if someone did decide to hide inside it, they would eventually freeze to death. I see. Still, if they bundled up, a better person could hide in there for a little while. Yeah, they didn't have to be in there the whole time. Just enough time for getting out when they need to. Now let's look at this broken statue since we did before. Now the statue is broken. Let's take a closer look. Yep. Okay. Oh, that shifts a bit. Oh, what's that glistening down here? There's something shiny down there. It's a pendant. There's blood on it. I wonder who it belonged to. He didn't have pendants. I don't know if... I don't remember. Maybe it's a brooch. Not really a pendant. The only one I can think of with more pendants and stuff would be Khura'in. He has a different middle name now. I'll think of it. Sigatar. All we know is it's not the victims. No one in the royal family recognized it. Okay. Emma, did you lift any fingerprints from it? I did, but I wasn't able to get a clean one. That's too bad. But the blood turned out to be the victims. That means it must have fallen here in the course of the murder. It might be Dirk's. I should ask him about it later. Okay. This thing's more splinter than statue now. The bullet from the victim's gun did a real number on it. It seems like something you get cursed for, you know? In Minister Inger's case, it's like getting your ticket punched is curse enough. Yeah, but don't curses extend to the afterlife? Wait, he was stabbed from behind. If so, why did he fire a shot off? You need to stop taking what Nuyuta says so seriously. I'm perfectly capable of thinking for myself. There's the bullet. Look, there's a bullet here. It's from the pistol the victim was carrying. My guess is he tried to shoot his attacker but missed and the bullet ended up here. We've already determined the rifling marks to be a match to his gun. Rifling marks, aren't those... Oh, shall I explain? The science behind it is absolutely fascinating. No, we're good. Lawyers think they're so smart. You do realise we can hear you. Oh, well, you do realise... Yeah, you do realise we can hear you. Some Magatama, I think. Did it come from the broken statue? Look, Apollo, there's another one. But the other statues only have one each. Hey, you're right. Maybe this statue was special or something. Possibly. Okay, what about this mural? I'm curious now on these murals. A baby on a lotus blossom? That's one strange painting. Apparently it's part of a mural depicting the life and times of Queen Amara. You know, like a storyboard or something. So that baby's supposed to be Amara. This one depicts Amara preaching to the faithful. It's hard to put into words, but I've never seen anything like it. There's a dog there too. That's cool. Let's see, the next one is that Dirk? Why does he have horns? My best guess is it depicts the first time Amara and Dirk met. So he's supposed to be some kind of demon who's seducing her. Well, he was successful since they got married after that. The mural continues on the opposite wall. Okay, so I looked at it out of order. His favour was apparently tied to this chair. Let's have a closer look. Yeah. We should try to cover every angle possible here. Let's use WSD. Yep, okay. But with the chair to start with. Poor Miss Faye. She must have been tied up to this chair. I can just imagine how much your backside must have hurt after sitting here for so long. Yeah. That's a rough wooden chair. It would have been torture for you, I bet. I mean, you don't know how to sit still. If by that you mean I like to stay active, then I have to agree with you. Okay, the rope. I bet you didn't know, but I happen to be a bit of an escape artist myself. Trucy showed me how to do a rope escape trick. And why would you bother learning something like that? Because we're always getting into trouble when working cases with Mr. Right. So I thought it might come in handy someday. Well, I guess you're right about that. This fake could have definitely used that knowledge. That's right. So now you can just sit here and we'll get started. What in the world gave you the idea I wanted to learn? Okay, every angle. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. There's some blood on the corner. There's a blood stain on one of the chair legs. Really? Hey, you're right, I completely missed that. Let's move the chair so we can check under it. There's more blood under the chair leg. I wonder what it's doing there. I have some luminol here, why don't you do some testing around it? Spray everywhere. Eek. It really should pick up the blood right there that we see. Look. The bloodstain leads all the way to the sarcophagus. Anyway, is this Minister Inga's blood? Hold on 1 second. Huh? That's strange. I didn't get a match. So then, whose blood is it? Dirk and Miss Frey weren't wounded as far as we know. And the blood's been wiped up by someone for some other... by someone for some reason. Yeah, that's strange too. It kind of looks like Maya spirit channeled someone and they walked over. And that may be who Inga shot at. Okay, I think that's what we find here. Oh, he was over here though. Wow, it was covered in blood. Well, the blood splatter this large and must have gotten all over the killer too. Come to think of it. There was blood on Dirk's clothes. There was also... some of the blood could have been from a royal guard. Or someone posing as a royal guard. The circumstantial evidence points to Dirk being the killer. That's what I conclude if I were a cop too. Why are things always so bleak for me? Well, you always take on the best jobs, Apollo. Oh, come on. Guess this is where Inga collapsed when he died. Better take a closer look. Got the outline. They've already taken the body away. It's kind of sad how familiar I've become with body outlines. I have a photo of the body if you're interested. Yeah, we need to see that. He was stabbed right in the back. The poor guy was practically skewered. So, if he's stabbed from the back, you'd think that would mean that he wasn't expecting it to happen. So why did he have his gun out? What's he wearing on his arms? Those are the cuffs of justice. Seems to be a tradition here for the Minister of Justice to wear those forearm cuffs. They look like they're made of a thick fabric, so I guess they are for protection. Maybe they're for keeping your sleeves out of the way when handling documents. Yeah, that's probably their original purpose. But over the years, the reason for wearing them was probably forgotten. So now they're just one of many traditional things that people do without knowing why. Yes. Oh, I get it. Kind of like the way you roll up your sleeves, huh? Or your psychology, if we're going there. Happen to know why I started, thank you very much. Yeah, but in the future, if everyone adopts the psychology technique, they'll lose the original reason. Like the divination seance, too. Yeah, the minister was armed, huh? That's a 4-shot pistol. for self-defense, apparently. But it won't be firing anything anytime soon. Huh? He was carrying a broken gun around for show? No, we recovered a bullet here. Which means the gun probably broke as the minister fired its last round. The thing is, the gun's chambers are all empty. Yet that one bullet is the only bullet we could find. That is strange. Where did the other 3 go? Maybe Dirk ate them? No. Oh, Athena. I'm just thinking about the DL6 incident and how Manfred von Karma had the bullet in his shoulder for the whole time. And now I guess the killer would have the bullet inside him, of the 3 bullets. We can ask the next time we see him. Just be ready for his predictably shocking answer. Also wonder, with spirit channeling, how damage would work. Say, someone gets a cut when they're channeling a spirit. Would the cut disappear because it was part of the transformation, or would it still be there when the spirit leaves the body? I wonder if this is Inga's cell phone. It should be. His fingerprints are all over it. You know if he talked with anyone recently? There are a few calls logged between him and his underlings. They're all members of the secret police who are directly under the minister's control. You mean like spies? I don't think that's quite it. Okay, and the murder weapon. Oh, presumably. So this is a murder weapon. Ema, did you find any prints on it? Yep, and they were super clear. They belong to one Dirk Sadman. That's not good. Were there any others? There was one more print from another individual, but it was too smudged to identify. It's probably an old print from someone else who handled the knife. Oh, yet another piece of unhelpful info to add to the ever-growing pile. Good to know, though. It seems to be everything from there. Sarcophagus is surrounded by a curtain. I bet someone could have hidden behind it. True, but that's one of the many places the Royal Guard checked after storming in. Wow, they were really thorough. Yes, well, apparently one of their members loves mystery novels. He peered into every nook and cranny with an almost frightening amount of gusto. And when he was done, he said, very interesting. It's like one of those locked room mysteries. Sounds like he's in the wrong line of work. But that also means that could be the guy. It looks like the Holy Mother was painted here to watch over Amara's sarcophagus. So it's like this tomb is protected by the Founder? That must be so reassuring to those she left behind. Only one problem, they didn't paint the eyes. She needs to do said watching. Come to think of it, she doesn't have a mouth to smile down on the tomb with either. It's actually kind of creepy. I wonder if being watched over by something like that gives the Queen nightmares. Hey, keep that up and the Founder just might come and watch over you too. Okay, going this way. Over here. This is the grape juice Inga was drinking. He was probably nervous before his meeting with Dirk. So we drink grape juice? I'm not seeing the logic here. Grape juice is a callback to Hobo Phoenix as well. Mr. Wright told me all about it when he was hospitalized a few years ago. He said grape juice has something in it that helps you relax. Really? Are you sure he was talking about regular plain old grape juice? Yeah, the fermented type of thing. Because it sounds like he was talking about the fermented variety. No, he couldn't have meant that. I mean, we're talking about a medical facility. They wouldn't have allowed something like that in. Alright, let's just leave it at that. We're not going to say anything else there. Let's check everywhere else. Yes, and said we've found everything yet. Ah, there. It's full of ash. They must burn incense in here. So I was wondering, Apollo, did the ash come from the incense sticks that were burning in this? Or did people put their incense in after there was already ash in there to hold them up? Good point. This seems like it'll be the ash from the house that burnt down. Don't be silly, Athena. The answer's simple. The ash is a product of prayers from the countless visitors who came here. It's not a chicken or the egg kind of thing. Oh, that's an interesting take on it. It's so much more poetic than mine. It did a quick save then, though. Something with this one, yeah. It's full of ash. My guess would be this is an incense burner. Hey, look, Apollo, there's something in the ashes. I knew that something would be. Let's see what it is. Why? See, the royal guard of the church every nook and cranny, they miss things. Is that a gemstone? I wonder what it's doing here. Jerks might all have a gemstone, I think. I've got this one covered, Apollo. Would you like to hear my brilliant theory? Well, I guess it wouldn't do any harm. You know how people make wishes by throwing coins when they found them right? Well, you know, on second thought, I'm good. What? Are you sure you don't need to hear my theory? I was just about to get to the good part. Let's just ask Ema, that'll be much quicker. Excuse me, Ema, what's this gemstone doing here? Oh, that. Ah, it's one of his buttons. I thought, yeah, there we go. It's not a gem, it's a button, albeit a very expensive one, from the victim's jacket. Must have fallen off and gotten in there somehow. It does seem like there was a struggle here. Hey, Jaylan, it's nice to see you in the chat again. I was wondering when someone would turn up. See, every puzzler has an answer, Athena. Well, I thought my idea was pretty good. Wait, what's with this soot? See here on the gemstone? It's been in ashes! What do you mean, what's with the soot? Hey, you're right. Caked in soot. Yeah, it's been in the pot of ashes. What do you expect? Come on, game. It's only given me the we've searched everything message, so... Oh no, I haven't. There we go. Someone could have hid behind these curtains. Here, I'll give it a try. Delicious. Well, can you tell I'm hiding here? No, I can't tell at all. That's it. That's the perfect hiding place. We did it, Apollo. We solved the case. We're getting there. Sorry to burst your bubble, but the royal guard searched the tomb high and low right after they stormed in. And they said no one else was in here besides Minister Inga, Dirk, and Miss Faye. Well, back to the drawing board, I guess. A brilliant deduction! Destroyed in 3 sentences! Yeah, they really did. I don't know why they do that. They did that in her separate case in the last episode as well, like the case before the Paul Addisham one, where she was doing it on her own, and they nerfed her so hard. It's really a disservice to her. So briefly, Maya was being held by Inga, that's what Dirk said. Dirk went to meet with him. Edgeworth got his passage over. Phoenix and Edgeworth are visiting Maya, who collapsed once she was rescued. But Dirk has been accused of the murder of the Minister of Justice. And even when she was the main character for a time, she was nerfed. Kirsten. Wait, I'm gonna have to look that up. Oh my goodness. Oh. Why are you not going? Fine, I'll bring the whole damn window over. Really does look like him. I don't know why the tab won't open separately, but it really does. Yeah, this wouldn't drag out. It's weird. Okay, just close that. Look, how am I supposed to know who that is just from the name? You think I keep up with all of the things? Yeah. I was thinking of K-I-E-R, which is part of Severance, which I watched Severance and that was really good. And yeah, Emma's been going back and forth so much between countries and that. Yeah, don't care about politics. Do Brits care about politics? If they do more, then we're supposed to be Bizarro, so the opposite, right? Maybe we should go over what we've learned so far. For starters, we're dealing with a locked room murder. But instead of the tomb being locked, it was being cordoned off by the Royal Guard. Yeah, there you go. And after the murder, no one was found to be hiding inside. Right, in addition, we also know that Dirk's fingerprints were all over the murder weapon, but then there was also a smudged one. The curtains around the sarcophagus was drenched in the victim's blood on one side. The blood must have gotten on the killer when they stabbed the minister from behind. Dirk had blood on him when the crime was first discovered. Unfortunately, he doesn't remember what happened. Yeah, some bizarro thing happened there. Conveniently, he forgot. Once again. This is not good. So, what we know so far is... He got a set card from Fire Emblem. Oh, it really does look like that whenever I see some Fire Emblem stuff, yeah. Things couldn't be worse for our case. And that's still an understatement somehow. Yeah, it's looking pretty grim. Oh, if you two are done here, I have to ask you to leave. Go on, Scoot. Something wrong, Emma? Why are you trying to give us the boot? It's just easier if you're not here when His Ephemeral Holiness arrives. Ike. I should do a new window for this. You say Ike. This is Ike from Mad TV. He was on Mad TV. He was one of the comedians. I know it would be some character in Fire Emblem, but I don't really know. I haven't ever played a Fire Emblem much. Oh, it needs a blue-haired one on the cover, right. And a lot of the colour scheme for the outfit's similar. He doesn't have the eye patch though. Close enough. Speak of the devil. But Prosecutor Samadi. Detective Sky. It seems you've spoken at length with these two lawyers. I do hope you've also kept an eye on them. Does it look like that? I don't know. It does look like there's a little bit of a crease in his top, but I don't know. Yeah, yes, of course, like a hawk. They didn't touch a single thing. Ha! Ha ha ha! Give a law an inch, and they'll take a mile. Never forget that. I know. We've noticed that before, I think. There's that look of distrust again. Hey, Nayuta. Do you really believe that Dirk's guilty? And are you seriously going to prosecute this case? I mean, he's your father, which means he shouldn't be the prosecutor. I mentioned this earlier. They should have someone that won't be biased at all. They should have other prosecutors. All the prosecutors we've seen in Khura'in are Nayuta and Gasp and Pain. So it would have really been nice to see a variety in prosecutors in this new country that they've introduced us to. You were once part of the Defiant Dragons, weren't you? Hey, Nayuta, wait! I said wait! Come on, Athena, after him! Huh? Oh, right behind you! It is a mystical clown land though, but yeah, that's something a bit with the writing that's annoying. There's definitely more flaws in the writing in especially this case. I didn't know actually earlier that in Task Manager it comes up with the Japanese title of the game, which would be, if it wants to come up, there we go. Yeah, Gakuten Saiban, but it'll be whatever, yeah. Gakuten Saiban 456 Moon Runes, so there's some others in there. But then under that's Apollo Justice, so it's like it launches a Japanese version first and then makes it English. Alright. I need to probably screenshot it to bring it up bigger, hang on. There we go. I can't zoom in on Task Manager. I had to just do a screenshot of it. So the majority of this is kanji that I don't know yet. One of them she, one of them the other. No, I haven't used them enough in the blooming things to do it. But that'd be right, I think, that what I've seen, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think I've seen the Japanese titling like that. They went 1, 2, 3 for the first trilogy as well. Did they title it Apollo Justice on the second part? Or Dorky Selection. Interesting. So they don't actually call it like Apollo Justice. They just go, here's Ace Attorney 456 selection. That's cool. That's a better title for it than calling it based on the first game in the trilogy. Alien fantasy name for Khura'in? Maybe. Oh, I can't take the blooming tab out. I don't know. I don't know why they stopped dragging the tabs out anyway. So, Odd Dorky... I'll try translate. It says it can translate from Maori into nothing. Okay. I do think of Doki Doki Literature Club. Yeah, that seems like a specific thing for the Japanese version, searching it up. Because it doesn't come up with anything. It comes up with Oki Doki and that sort of thing. I guess you'd have to play the Japanese translation to see how it fits in. Naruto, would you stop already? What do you want? It's about Dirk. Would you please hear me out? Or Deki. It just gives it the pronunciation. Why can't I? It must be a Firefox update. I can no longer drag tabs into a different position. Can't drag tabs anymore. Yeah, I can't do that at all. Oh, I need to close Firefox and open it again? Maybe. I'm not gonna worry. I'll just do it the other way. Alright. Let's just continue. Well, I just looked for meaning of Odoki and it didn't come up, so... I failed to see why I should. Now, if you'll excuse me. Hold it! Naruto, are you afraid of what I might have to say? If not, there's no harm in listening, right? Well, very well. Speak. But make it quick, there is much I must do. Why does everything have to be so difficult with you? That makes sense. So this is the Ministers' house. Which makes a lot of sense. There's footsteps in front of her, vases knocked over. Yeah. Interesting. You're just one of the Elder Lords. Let's see. The previous Queen, Amara, was laid to rest in her own private tomb. Pretty impressive. They say it cost some $800 million to build and it took 400 workers 5 years to complete. Oh great, Widget just has the internet so we can Google things. Huh. Okay, yeah, because the first... Yeah. That makes sense. Social memorial rites were also conducted at various points of its construction. That's quite an undertaking. It was built with donations from our devoted subjects and royalty of neighbouring countries. It ended up giving a huge boost to the national economy. Wow, Queen Amara must have been one charismatic lady. And yet the public can't visit it. Wouldn't it be a tourist attraction then? The Palace of Queen Khura'in is built to impress. Its white walls and gold ornamentation lend it to an imposing end. Now I can't speak English. Sumimasen, Ingrisu are difficult. Does. It makes Minister Inga's residents look downright humble by comparison. Yeah, it shows the difference in their tastes. And which one wears the pants, so to speak. No longer speak English. Does. Somebody got a little carried away decorating this place. There's a golden lion keeping watch at the entrance. That frog looks like it's cowering under the lion's glare. Really? Because to me it looks like the frog is glaring at the lion. Come on, Athena. How does that make any sense? Huh? I just call him as I see him. I guess we'll just have to agree to disagree. Yeah, the frog glaring at the lion is Frog from Chrono Trigger glaring at Magus. There you go. Vibrant lotus flowers floating on still waters. Butterflies dancing about. It's almost supernatural in its beauty. And at the center of it all rises the tomb where Amara's soul slumbers. It makes you wonder if that bridge there is a gateway to the hereafter. Yeah, especially after both Dirk and Inga crossed that bridge earlier. Are these Inga's footprints? They appear to be heading towards the tomb. Didn't Princess Rafa mention something about that? You know, something about him rushing over to the tomb before we arrived? I wonder if he had accidentally dozed off before the exchange or something. This overturned urn has spilled water everywhere. Everything around it is soaking wet. His boots should be dirty. But don't look at me! Rightly or wrongly, I'm guessing Athena's the type that gets blamed for a lot of things. And the more people accuse her, the more defensive she becomes, even to the point of preemptively denying any wrongdoing. I said it wasn't me! I never said it was. I've got an achievement, always on the defensive. Oh, let's come up with all sorts of stuff. Having examined the overturned urn in front of the private quarters. There we go. Anything else to examine? This one. Oh, look at those flowers! They give the whole house such a cute vibe. I wonder if this is where Princess Rafa lives. I doubt it. She doesn't look like the type to decorate with cute flowers. I mean, I may not know her well, but she seems awfully serious and snobby. I bet she uses nothing but roses and peonies. Stuffy old people flowers, you know. Apollo! It's too much to ask that you not judge a book by its cover, huh? What's that supposed to mean? And especially when his power is literally observing people. Yeah, that seems to be everything there. Prosecuting Dirk. So, I know you'll be prosecuting Dirk's case, but aren't there any other prosecutors in this country? Thank you, Apollo! And gasp and pain was a ring-in anyway. Why does it have to be you? Her Eminence, Queen Khura'in, personally requested that I serve as prosecutor. That doesn't answer if there's any other prosecutors in this country. She did. That would make it hard to say no. Her Eminence thinks highly of my prosecutorial skills. Still, she didn't have to ask you to handle a case against your own father. Be honest, you really don't want to do this, do you? Ah. You speak of love and sentiment. I guess so. I do not deny such human emotions. But the law is the law. And placing personal feelings above it is beyond reprieve. Do you disagree? Well, no, I don't disagree, but civilizations only exist due to the confines of the law. Without them, love and sentiment would lack the fertile soil they need to flourish. Do you disagree? No, but... Okay, let's see. I would say this speaks to like an eternal truth, right? Where It's an observation that humans always work better when they're working within guidelines, and the law is the clearest way to do that. The law must be obeyed. This truth sits above all else, including personal feelings. Therefore, whether or not I am the son of the accused is of no consequence. It is that simple, or would you say otherwise? But, come on, Apollo, tell him how wrong he is. But don't you know, wish it wasn't that way? Wow, strong argument. It appears I've wasted my breath on you. And the winner is Prosecutor Sadmadi. Still spewing empty words, a word of meaning or consequence, I see. You putrid red pepper. I know I'm right. Did he have to be so eloquent about his point? Yes, he did. That's how he wins. It's like he's trying to cover something up with his pretty words. Apollo, I'd cut back on the debates with him if I were you. Just stick to the questions, like the one you wanted to ask. Yeah. Naruto, I wanted to ask you about that hostage situation. Inga said he had someone dear to Dirk in the palm of his hand, and he was using that person, along with his hostage, as leverage in obtaining the orb. That's news to me. Well, that's what Inga said. You can guess your chances of getting the orb. Goodbye. My afraid I'm my only, how shall I say, insurance, you know, Dirk. What? I've got someone dear to you right in the palm of my hand, see? Now that one, well, you can imagine what kind of things I could do, right? Glad you're seeing things my way. I got the impression Dirk had no choice but to follow Inga's demands after he heard that. So who do you suppose this special person is? I wouldn't know. Uh-huh. We really could do Cyclops still, but the bracelet works. My bracelet's reacting. Hey Naruto, about what you just said. Ouch, my bracelet is crushing my wrist. Ouch, that really hurts. Well, what the heck's going on? I'm wise to your tricks, you putrid pepper. That bracelet reacts to the anxieties of the people around you by squeezing your wrist. But now that I know how it works, I can make it tighten around your wrist anytime I wish. So basically, Phoenix just needs to get the Cyclops going. Consider this a warning. I don't know how he did it, but this renders my bracelet useless. This is new though. Like, the bracelets go to the sides of their wrist generally, anyway. And then it should never be squeezing the wrist so much that it's cutting off circulation. No matter how anxious they are. Like, if he can control it that way by controlling how much anxiety he's exuding type thing. We should have seen a high level of anxiety in Apollo Justice too, with the witnesses that we were observing. So why would it not cut off his circulation then, or hurt him as much as now? That doesn't line up to me either. Such devilry is powerless in the face of the Holy Mother's blessings. Looks like your special power won't work against Prosecutor Sam, my dear Apollo. We'll have to try something else. Ah, you're right. We'll just have to ask Dirk about this. It appears you intend to go through with a trial you have no hope of winning. I guess so. The explanation we had before is it reacts to the, yeah. I guess so. That wasn't clearly defined in Apollo Justice, and so that's a new thing that can happen. But we knew before that it would go to the size of the wrist, and however, I guess it's hard to tell with the spiritual power thing. We don't see that he's actually adept at manipulating spirit energy. We only infer that because he has his scarf or whatever you call it that floats around him. Yeah, non-partisan, yes. Obstruction of justice, yeah. Like, clearly he's meant to be the spiritual one. They don't seem to do anything though. Like, he does the prayers, he does the spirit spells, whatever. But they don't seem to actually affect anything. The most they're affecting is that he sends bloomin' beads his way. Or makes him shut up because he's chanting a prayer. Like, to actually affect physically what's happening is different to shouting out a prayer. Grow up, Mr. Justice. We are no longer children, you and I. I guess it's one of those things that could have been built up to a bit more. Actually see him manipulate spirit energy in a way that's not just floating this around him. I'm not the one who needs to grow up, Naruto. In case you didn't hear, I won my last case against none other than Mr. Right. You tell him, Apollo! Is he mad? I can never tell with him. This trial is different. Your foolishness will only earn you a death sentence for aiding and abetting a criminal. And those who die as criminals are doomed to be reborn in the next life as something lower than a bug or vegetable. You will be lucky to return to this realm as a patch of mold. But mold? That's pretty harsh. If you wish to avert such a fate, abandon this folly before it is too late. Ayy, rhymed. I don't care if I end up as a dollop of blue cheese dressing in my next life. Hey, I'm thinking of the spirit stuff too, is like, a lot of the time in Ace Attorney, what's been seen as something supernatural has ended up having a logical explanation that's a bit more grounded. The exception being divination, seance, and spirit channeling. Neither of which we know that he can do. So, yeah, something that could have been built up more, since obviously he can do that. I wondered if he... like, this is possible. I mean, he does the random chant thing. That he ended up letting out a bit of his inner anxiety to see how much inner turmoil he's actually in, and that did it. That would be a reasonable explanation for it, but he covers it up with... he knows how it works. Doing the spell and that around it so that it looks more supernatural. We'll see, I guess. If they explain it. I'm going to defend Dirk in court. You fool. Know this. I intend to prosecute the accused with all my might, no matter what you say or do. Consider yourself forewarned. Now, if you will excuse me. Prosecutor Sapmondi knows his father will be publicly executed if he's found guilty, yet he won't show even an ounce of mercy. Oh, you, sir. Is this the real you? Have you really changed? Do you really plan on sending Dirk to his death? Do you even hear me? Don't Dirk and I matter to you anymore? You haven't been with them for over 10 years. 10 years, a lot can happen. Like, really. People do change. We can continue to the next part, okay. Temple. Does it say what this is? Okay, still day 2. Phoenix and Edgeworth? Okay, so we're going on the different points of view. Maya passed out right after we found her in the tomb. I feel exhausted. I can't keep my eyes open. She's been out cold ever since. We haven't been able to get a word out of her. The doctor said it's just exhaustion, but I can't help but worry. What is it, right? Are you alright? Yeah, just thinking is all. I'm glad you're here, Edgeworth. We wouldn't have gotten the permissions we have without you. Well, I didn't come all the way to Khura'in to be useless. Speaking of the investigation, I received a few things from Detective Sky. These should prove to be useful to us as well. Inga's autopsy report, okay. So a bunch of the stuff. I can't thank you enough, Edgeworth. Honestly, I've been so lost without him these past few days. You there! The barbed-head lawyer! Phoenix, right? Huh? Oh, it's one of these guys. Whoops, wrong voice. You there! The barbed-headed lawyer! Phoenix, right? Huh? You're from the Khura'in Royal Guard, right? I am Lucky! Royal Guard member and Her Eminence's shoulder rubber! Okay. That's very specific. And what does the Royal Shoulder Rubber want with me? Wait, come to think of it, my shoulders are a bit stiff. Don't be absurd! I'm here for one person only! I am to bring you before Her Eminence, Queen Khura'in, Grand Priestess of Khura'in. Will you comply? Clown force, yeah, it really does look like that. The Queen, what could she want with me? And why does she have to shout it like that? Why does he have to shout it like that? I can't fathom why Queen Khura'in would summon you. But I advise you to accept Her Eminence's gracious invitation. She wants her equipment. She's sending the shoulder rubber for a reason. Royal shoulder rubber Lucky, was it? Yeah, he must be a lucky guy being able to be the shoulder rubber. May I join Mr. Wright in his audience with the Queen? The name's Lucky! L-A-H-K-E-E! And... all praise the omnipotent Queen Khura'in! For she has already foreseen and approved your request. Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth! You're about to come with me? Why do they talk like that? You mean to say a Queen Khura'in sees our every move? Yes, indeed! Her Eminence's spiritual power is immense! She can even see what's going on thousands of miles away! Her observation haki is on par with NL. That's why you don't skip Skype here. Right. I fear I'll lose my hearing next if we don't hurry. Yeah, me too. Why would the Queen herself summon me personally? What could she possibly be up to? Hang on, anything you can talk about? Yeah, different dialogue. There weren't any hotels available, so this is our home for tonight. He's going in there again. I suppose it will do. It's a bed to sleep in and a roof over our heads. Sorry to disappoint, but there aren't any beds here. We'll have to sleep on the floor next to a bunch of strangers. Well, what? Tell me there's a shower at the very least. The kitchen sink works just fine, I hear. Oh, dagnabbit, Phoenix. Of all the... Right, you will work to bring this case to a swift resolution. The sooner the better. And you can get a hotel for tomorrow night. Right? There appears to be many temples in this area. Yeah, there are always a lot of monks and worshippers praying around here. And then there's tourists like us. It's unfortunate that we have more pressing matters to attend to. Then again, sightseeing with you of all people isn't exactly at the top of my list. As if you have the luxury to be so picky, Edgeworth. Come on, they're bros, they should hang out more. The water's so clear, it's like a window into the soul. I wouldn't stare too hard into it, right? Or you may find all your bluff staring straight right back at you. No poor gazing in front of a client. Got it. Well, let's do it. Khura'in Palace. Oh! In-game cutscene, not just an anime one. Ah, the barbed head lawyer has arrived. We bid you welcome. And you as well, Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth. Wow, that really changed the feel of the scene when she... Now she's not sitting in a chair, it seems like she's standing in front of us. Okay. So thank you. When I think about this originally being on the 3DS, I don't think it was some things they could have kept that where it was on some things, but I mean, I don't know how much they cut out to make it fit on the game card either than that. This place is still as magnificent as last time. We have heard so much about you, Barbed One. It seems your bluffs and tomfoolery tend to leave our court devastated in their wake. Is that what people have been saying about me? Right. Where are your manners? Your Eminence, I'm both humbled and delighted to be in your presence. Your Eminence, glad to be here. Looks like you're doing well. It is all right. There's no need to keep your head bowed all day. Yes, Your Eminence. Yeah, Phoenix just does not care about authority figures. Rafe is not looking too good. Yes, even she can't just bounce back from her father's murder. So what can I do for you, Your Eminence? We wish to question you about something related to the case at hand. Perfect, because I have a few questions of my own. Okay, examine first. Let's go. That's one swanky throne. I wouldn't mind taking a seat there myself. The Jester and the Crown. I imagine it would make quite the interesting picture. You know, Edgeworth, I hate to say this, but you're absolutely right. It's the Khura'in Royal Guard. The one who came for us earlier said that he's the royal shoulder rubber. Excuse me, but are each of you charged with your own specific task? I'm the royal tea server, I'm the royal toaster, I'm the royal bed maker, I'm the royal fitness trainer. There you go. Taster, not toaster. I had to read it quick. Alright, I'm sorry I asked. At this rate, one has to wonder if there is no task left unassigned by Her Eminence. That really gives a very different interpretation of the Royal Guard compared to what I was thinking about the Imperial Guards in Star Wars. Alright, Inga's crime. We fear we do not fully comprehend what has transpired. So it is that we summoned you here to further elucidate the situation. Is it true that our husband, Inga, has been seeking the Founder's Orb? That's right, he wanted to trade a hostage for it. That's why he abducted Maya Fey. Insolent fool! Ow! We got bonked! That is a lie, I say. Father would have never done such a thing. But he did abduct Maya, that much is... I will not stand here and listen to this nonsense. You'll pay for this, you... Ow! Well, please, your benevolence. That is quite enough, Rafa. We understand your feelings, but we fear he speaks the truth. For we believe we know why your father would do such a thing. So yeah, she uses the collective to refer to herself, of course. Huh? They believe he was seeking the orbs as a means of obtaining spiritual power, and with it, he intended to usurp the throne. Mother? What do you mean, Your Eminence? Inga was planning a coup, for he was dissatisfied with the current administration, and his secret police was the primary instrument of his treason. The secret police, they came up during the High Priest's murder trial too. An elite force under the direct command of the Minister of Justice, in this case, Inga. The man who was hunting down rebels as Lady Kira was a member of that group. Indeed, Inga turned that once proud force into his own private army, and he intended on using them to launch a coup and assassinate us. So, Your Eminence had no control over them? As much as it shames us to admit it, Khura'in is not the unified realm it would appear to be. We are truly sorry you have had to witness the dirty underbelly of our kingdom. How could Father... But know that Inga could not have become king simply through our assassination. For in Khura'in, only those who possess spiritual power may sit on the throne. I see. That explains why Minister Inga was seeking the Founder's Orb. Barbed one, do you recall the man known as Peace, Love and Understanding? Of course. What about him? He, too, was involved in Inga's machinations. Inga had bought his loyalty, ordered the man to steal the orb, and covered up the theft. And then he sent the orb to the US for Dr. Buff to study. It's all coming together. Okay, I'll get some more water. One moment. Oh, I need to turn my fan down a bit too. It's starting to cool down. And I'll close the door. Yeah, it's cooling down now. It's a fairly warm day. So, Dirk the criminal. The capture of the infamous villain Dirk Sadmadi. It may prove to be the crowning achievement of our reign. Now, perhaps, the kingdom may return to the peace it once knew. Oh, what a joyous day. Out, Her Eminence, Queen Khura'in, Grand Princess of Khura'in. Her Eminence's spiritual power invoked a blessing straight from the Holy Mother. Are they the royal clappers? I could see how her cronies would be elated at the prospect. But the Queen herself seems almost giddy for someone whose husband was just murdered. Sus. Father. Rafe, on the other hand, doesn't appear to be taking it so well. About that incident that occurred 23 years ago, the one in which Dirk was accused of assassinating Queen Amara. Please clap. Yes, he set fire to her private residence, burning my dear sister alive. I was a sister. Ah, I thought Amara would have been her mother. She's just looking more sus now, though. Like, if she orchestrated to have her sister killed, and then, oh, he was a threat to her reign, so she removes him. Murder by arson. Only a demon would be capable of such a heinous crime. That event also set the stage for you to become queen. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Even Phoenix is calling it out there. What did you do before you were crowned queen, Your Eminence? As part of our training to be queen, we served in many different governmental positions, the longest of which was as a previous Minister of Justice. Of course. It was in that position that we were best able to support our elder sister, Queen Amara. And then in that position that you would have been able to institute the Defense Culpability Act, which ruined the court system here. Interesting. That's her husband's position, or at least it was. And when you ascended to the throne, you passed the Defense Culpability Act, yep. Those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. What prompted you to pass something like the Defense Culpability Act, Your Eminence? The assassination of our dear sister Amara. When the infamous villain Dirk Sadmadi was apprehended, he announced that he would act as his own lawyer. That's right, Dirk used to be a lawyer. Dirk had been an extraordinarily talented lawyer, and highly esteemed by the people. But he falsified evidence in an attempt to win his own case. I see. Well, when the truth of his fabrications and the assassination of the Queen came to light, the people were devastated. Oops. Wrong voice. But when the truth of his fabrications and the assassination of the Queen came to light, the people were devastated, and trust in the legal system plummeted. Now, why does that sound so familiar? Because we've already done this plot. Yeah, I wonder. In Khura'in, the Hall of Justice is a sacred space where victims receive their last rites. Should the people lose their faith in it, the kingdom would be shaken to its very core. That is why the Defense Culpability Act had to be passed. It was the only way to keep our legal system from tumbling into the abyss. So that's how you sought to eliminate the use of perjury and phony evidence, huh? Well, yeah, knowing that we know of gets done in for perjury as a witness, so... But that law is what made lawyers go extinct in your kingdom. Now there's no one left to defend those who have been accused. We see how you could take issue with such a reality. However, we have not banned the act of lawyering itself. Those who are confident that they can prove their client's innocence are always welcome to mount a vigorous defense, as you yourself have shown. Well, I guess so, but without lawyers, there's a possibility of false charges being filed and prosecuted. So long as our prosecutors continue to run nothing but perfect trials, there needn't be fear of such nefarious dealings. Do you disagree? Perfect prosecutors and their perfect trials, huh? Well, let's not get started down this path. Thank you, Edgeworth. Furthermore, here in Khura'in, we have the divination seance. And so it is we no longer need lawyers, for the dead do not lie. Well, in the short time I've been here, I've beaten back false charges twice. And I've found that cases built on the memories of the dead are less than perfect. So yes, I do take issue with the Defence Culpability Act, to say the least. Such relentless rhetoric. Your reputation precedes you, barbed one. It feels as if we ourselves were being cross-examined. Oh no, that wasn't my intention. It is true that some feel that the Defence Culpability Act is a necessary evil at best, but it is a small sacrifice upon which the peace of our kingdom has been forged. If you consider executing innocent lawyers a small sacrifice, then sure. The fact is that following its passage, the crime rate here in Khura'in dropped markedly. Therefore, we have no regrets concerning the enactment of the Defence Culpability Act. Really? None at all. Right, why don't we leave it at that? This isn't a court of law, after all. Yeah. About the Founder's Orb that was to be exchanged for the hostage. It went missing after the murder. Would you happen to know anything about that? It's missing? I'm sure Dirk had it when he went into the tomb. If it wasn't there, I have no idea where it could be, Your Eminence. In that case, then perhaps Dirk has hidden it somewhere. Incidentally, there is the matter of that horned youth you were with. Oh, you must mean Apollo. From his odd hairstyle, may we assume him to be a relative? Perhaps your younger brother? No, you've got it all wrong. He's Dirk's son. Well, more like Foster's son. They're not actually related by blood. Dirk's? Royal Guard! Your Eminence! What's she whispering in that one guy's ear? Thank you for your time. The two of you may go now. Yes, Your Eminence. We'll be on our way. Okay, now what? Apollo and Athena have the murder scene investigation covered, so... Apollo's in trouble, yep. Maybe we should go speak with the locals over at the bazaar. Present the attorney's badge. Please take a look at this. Reminds us of when Dirk was still practicing law. So, we see that lawyers in your country also present evidence. Simply gauge the other party's reaction when all else has failed. Do not presume to use the simplistic methods on us. Sorry. That's funny. Okay, so that's probably not going to be very useful. Bazaar. You need to look in Dirk's office still, so yeah. Well, what? Was that a lion? Oh, that caught me by surprise too when I first heard it. It's the cry of a local bird known as a warbird. A bird? That sounds like that. Sounds more like a beast than a bird, if you ask me. It's a form of mimicry. You know, to help protect them against predators and stuff. Yes, well, can't say I've heard one quite like that before. Oh, it's more than unusual. It's endangered. It's extremely rare to encounter one in the wild these days. If it's so rare, then what's one doing out here in the middle of the bazaar? You got me. Maybe it's got something to do with it being the national bird. Ah, well, was that a gunshot? Har 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 har. Startle you, PW? What's he doing back here? I have an issue with how quickly characters are traveling between cases. He was over in Japanifornia and now he's here again. Emma was over in Japanifornia and here again. You're really stressing my suspension of disbelief of how, oh, we gotta have the same characters there the whole time. Well, what was that, Tats? To define Dragon's newest weapon, I call these puppies Dragon Snot Snaps. And you need those. Why? Because our hard work is starting to pay off. Thanks to our TV signal hijacking and stuff, more and more people are joining our cause. On account of that, the regime's been cracking down on us real tough like. Yeah, there's been a lot going on lately. And he's just out in the open in the bazaar. You can say that again. I mean, what with the High Priest's fake murder / suicide? People are calling it the DCA tragedy, and it's causing a real public uproar. Hopefully this means that Trust's death won't be in vain after all. So how exactly is a handful of firecrackers going to be of help to you guys anyway? Simple. First, I supply them to our fellow rebels. Then we use them as a diversion when we need to shake down strings. Huh. Like this. Whoa. Well, we cut that out. I'm not with the regime and I'm not chasing you. Har 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 har. Har 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 har. Definitely a One Piece laugh there. Your reaction? That was priceless, PW. Guess I started that war bar too. It's a miracle no one's trying to arrest him while he's too busy laughing. You there. You there. You are one of those insurgents, are you not? Yikes! Take that! Hey! And he's gone. Those firecrackers are more useful than I thought. Barbed head! Your benevolence, what can I do for you? I wanted to speak with you about what my mother said. I do not believe a word of it. My father could not have been planning a coup. Well, I can understand why you feel that, but it was a setup. Someone must have been plotting against him. How do you know that? I just do, because the Holy Mother guides me. And as a royal priestess, I must uncover the truth for all to see. Maybe this is just how Rafa expresses her sense of duty. Might this be some music for her? You're investigating this matter, are you not? Then rejoice, for I shall accompany you and bestow upon you the royal priestess's wisdom. Ha 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 ha. That's the best news I've heard all day, your benevolence. No one would dare get in their way with Rafa by our side. We humbly accept your offer, don't we, Edgeworth? As you wish, right. Excellent. Then let us begin with my father's private quarters. I should be able to find some clues there. I shall expose this false charge for what it is, if it is the last thing I do. Science success, yeah. Could it be? It's the reason she's so defensive about Inga because she's a daddy's girl? Barbed head, let us not waste any time. My father's private quarters are located within the royal residence. Now, follow me! Nice. Wait, she's sure in a hurry. Right, the minister's private quarters may hold evidence related to his murder as well. Yeah, maybe we can kill two birds with one stone. Rafe is awfully fired up. I just hope she'll be ready for the truth we find. After all, it's hard to believe that Inga was not in full control of the whole affair. She does. Yeah, Final Fantasy character for sure. I never thought the day would come when we'd be investigating a case side by side. Oh, because I never thought the day would come when you'd get sentimental on me. Yeah. Come on, right, time's a wasting. Wait, and exactly which one of us was wasting time here? They really do. I just think they're good work, mates. It's bait. Of course, I tend not to think too far into it, other than ironically saying stuff about it. Now, if we can figure out which of these buildings houses Inga's private quarters, that's where we'll find Rafa. This place is decorated with all sorts of colourful flowers, and that view from the veranda looks like it will be amazing. If I had to guess, I'd say Rafa must live here. Amara's tomb, the scene of Inga's murder. Poor Maya was held captive in there. To think she was actually being held here in Khura'in. If only we had found out sooner. No point in dwelling on that now. All we can do is keep moving forward. Yes, of course. Old Bag and Duds. No, it's Old Bag and Edgeworth 100%. There's no question about it. Maybe we'll see Old Bag in the investigation spin-offs that are in between Trials and Tribulations and Apollo Justice. Khura'in Palace, the heart of the kingdom's government and religion. Yes, the two are inseparably intertwined here in Khura'in. The religious belief of its people touch every aspect of their lives, including legal affairs. Right, like how they commune with spirits in court. I suppose Khura'inism is the glue that binds their faith, law and politics together. It may seem strange to foreigners like us, but for them it's perfectly natural. There are footprints coming from this residence. Too bad they just can't end. I wonder who made them and where they went. What a beautiful place this is. But I'd be enjoying this a whole lot more if we weren't investigating a murder. Commoners aren't normally allowed access to the royal residence, you know. Under ordinary circumstances, it would be impossible to take in such a spectacular view. I find it weird how they put Amara's tomb where people can't get to it. That's sus. A murder is certainly a unique reason to be offered such a rare opportunity. Oh, that's what I call an extravagant exterior. Is this where Inga's private quarters are? Watch your step, right. That urn's been knocked over, spilling water everywhere. The ground's soaked. I wonder who did this. I think someone's in there. Father. Is that Princess Rafer? There were still so many things I wish to tell you. She always puts on such a brave face. But hearing her crying all alone, I can't help but think of Trucy. Adopt her, Phoenix! We got another Keep adopting children. Because how old was she again? 14, yeah. She's of adoption age. Cool. Nothing will go wrong. Father. Princess Rafer, are you in there? Ah! Just a moment, I'll be right out. Oh yeah, she gives me the impression that she's a bit older too, but I guess that's the whole thing of being brought up as a royal and that. I see you're finally here. Well, let us commence our investigation, shall we? Your benevolence, maybe you should rest for a minute first. You were eavesdropping on me, weren't you? No, I mean, yes, sorry, I couldn't help overhearing. It wasn't like I was spying on you or anything. She really is, she's mad. You stupid barbed head! We're getting bonked, youch! We got bonked again. You could have feigned ignorance. Yeah, that's one of Phoenix's flaws. He can't lie. It's as if your brain-to-mouth filter shuts off the moment you step out of the courtroom. I'm not that bad, Edgeworth. Base Edgeworth. Anyway, what took you so long? I thought you would never get here. You have a lot of nerve keeping the Crown Princess waiting. Oh, I'm sorry. This was my father's residence. I've already unlocked it, so you can go right in. Oh, and be careful. Some dingbat dog got in the courtyard and spilled water over there. Is dingbat slang in any other country than Australia? All English countries. Okay, yeah. I was just checking, because someone being a dingbat. I'm curious now. Etymology of dingbat. Apparently, dingbat were first referred to an alcoholic drink in 1838. That's neat. I guess it is just every English language. What about this one? Oh, it's even American English apparently. There you go. And then it must have spread around. The dingo bat. We don't need man bat, we have dingo bat. The dingo bat stole my baby! A dingbat dog? That's right, the yappy mutt spilled a whole urn's worth. I wonder how it got into this area. Do you know what it looked like? I have better things to do than to memorize what some stray dog looks like. Anyway, it is not worth talking about. Let's search my father's room, shall we? I really hope she's alright. It's alright. You'll adopt her later, I'm sure. He has a bust of himself. Oh, the ego on this dude. What a mess. You can definitely tell a guy used to live in this room. Also, he's doing drugs. He's got the syringe right there on his table. I guess Inga and I had at least that much in common. But the staff keeps getting in the way. Nina! Oh! Huh? Where's Nina? Normally... Probably. Yeah. She comes running when Rafa calls. I wonder if Nina was just died of old age. True. I just usually don't think of like hanging up and having busts, like hanging up portraits and having busts of myself in my own room. That's right, Nina is what? Oh well, you bobbed head, come, hold this stuff for me. Well, why me? Just take it, it's too heavy and I'm tired of holding it. Probably. How does Nina put up with this day in and day out? She's probably the royal servant and it's in the family for years. I'll just set it over here for now. Yeah, but I probably wouldn't care about putting them in my own room. They'd be for public areas so people can see them, right? Rather than being in my own blooming room. Wow, that's one gaudy sculpture. My father sculpted it himself from a block of solid gold. Why does it not surprise me that he was also a narcissist? It's pretty detailed, it even included that personal stamp of his. Hey, the stamp's a little loose. Secret compartment! Ah! Look, there's a secret safe inside. Oh my, to think such a thing was here all this time. Secret button, every time there's a bus, it has to be a secret button. Raz, looks like we'll need the combination to get in. Oh, it just so happens there's a handy dandy notepad here. This notepad must have belonged to Inga. Let's see. What? Nina, purple hat, glasses, diamond shaped tattoo on forehead. Why does he have basic descriptions of everyone, even Phoenix? Yeah. Spiky hair. This is the finding trait. That's strange. These appear to be notes detailing people's most prominent characteristics. He's gonna make clones for sure. Hey, there's even some stuff about me in here. Why would he bother doing this? I'm afraid even I can't answer that. Whatever the reason, it's giving me a case of the heebie-jeebies. It's as though he was taking down descriptions of people over the phone. That's what it reminds me of, anyway. What a brilliant deduction! One fitting of Chief Prosecutor such as yourself. I commend you. She probably will when we get to trial, but it's not time yet. That's what I'm thinking. That's high praise coming from you, your benevolence. Edgeworth's right, they do look like dictation notes, but I don't know. I mean, why bother describing Nina, who he must have seen every day? That's the part that was throwing me, like... Surely you already knew Nina? Oh, drugs. It's a syringe and a vial. Those were for my father's back pain. He said it really helped when the pain was particularly unbearable. What, is he just on straight morphine or something? It was that bad, huh? He must have been injecting some sort of a painkiller directly into his back. Why would you do that to yourself? You wouldn't... Wait, I don't see a mirror in this place either. Be able to see properly, to be able to get it accurate. Like, maybe if you have like 2 mirrors, but there's no way he would have been doing that himself. Yes, my father said his back pain could knock him off his feet. I know the feeling. I've experienced some pretty severe back pain of my own. Well, we can't have you throwing your back out in court, so why don't you take a file? Oh, no thanks. I hear your body builds up a tolerance to that sort of thing. I thought you didn't want them. I'm going straight to a chiropractor as soon as I get home. Good choice. So, it doesn't say what sort of painkiller it is. I'm just going to assume it's morphine. This is most likely a special ink pad for the Justice Minister's stat. His insignia is carved big and bold right on the lid. Chiropractors help if you get the right chiropractor. But if you don't have the right chiropractor, it's worthless, or it's worse than not going. Oh, well, with him trying to inject himself with it, he probably would get a vein instead of intramuscularly. Oh no. It's probably vague on purpose. It is. His insignia is carved big and bold right on the lid. Talk about overkill. Did he really have to mark everything he owned? Oh, we've got an energy drink. What's this? Je suis la belle. Oh no! A supplement LaBelle resurgence. Never thought I'd see this brand again. It appears to be a sample of some sort of spray-on hair color. Color jet black. I wonder if Inga was going grey. Here, Edgeworth. Maybe you can use it. Yeah, it's going a bit grey. I like my natural hair colour just fine. Thank you very much. Yeah, I wonder if that's for something else. Age 48. Yeah, I mean, he was murdered. I'm not surprised he has some back issues, though, depending on how his lifestyle was. His desk is crammed full of documents. They appear to be paperwork for executions. But for this many cases, and I guess people can go grey from stress, and if it was Minister of Justice that could have done that. Some people grey at different times as well. And for this many cases, indeed, something is rotten in the kingdom of Khura'in. The suit jacket on the chair. This one dates back to 5 years ago. Something tells me he simply kept putting them off because he hated doing paperwork. Oh yeah, that's one to select as well. This chair looks like it was modelled after Inga's suit jacket. Wait. It's literally the chair. I thought it was just a spare suit jacket over it. The backrest even has those fancy buttons of his. I imagine they make the chair awfully uncomfortable to sit on. I didn't realise until I processed what you said and looked at it again. Actually, they said to massage the pressure points on his back. My father suffered from terrible back pain, you see. I wonder if it really works. Have a seat, Phoenix. Alright. It's one luxurious and comfy looking bed. I've slept on nothing but hard floors since coming to Khura'in. Can't wait to sleep in a nice soft bed again. Then take it. It's yours if you wish. We'll have to clean this room out anyway, now that my father's gone. She's just giving the room to Phoenix? Well, don't you want to keep these things as a memento of your father? Besides, I don't need his spirit haunting me late at night. Just take a bed. Do you suppose if I slept on it I could see my father once more? By Princess Rafer. I honestly don't know how to answer that. He's got his bottles of booze up here as well. There are some muddy shoe prints here, come to think of it. He's talking to the dead, I know. So actually, she can't spirit channel. That was the problem. She doesn't know how to do it yet, or she can't do it. And that's why my doing it was needed. There was some spilled water by the entrance. Somebody must have stepped in it before coming in here. Yeah, they could have been Rafer. They're already dry. That means they're at least several hours old. Yeah, okay, that helps. And someone must have been in here today in the early afternoon. Yeah, she can commune. I don't know if it works quite that way. Like, maybe it'd be her mother that needs to spirit channel, or someone else, and then talk to them. Because the divination seance doesn't exactly work like communing with them to talk to them, as the examples of what we've seen so far. And she could totally have her spirit channel him and talk to him and then be like, oh, that's what was going on. So, I mean, Maya's around. When Maya wakes up, we'll get another spirit channel thing with him, probably. For our servants, clean this room each day. Here in Khura'in, we have a saying, leave not today's untidiness to the morrow. Mine is, why clean up today what you can leave for tomorrow? Yeah, and the divination seance only sees the moment of their death, so... But that's also each time what they're trying to do. So I'm not sure... if they would actually be able to see other parts of their life if they focused on it. They probably need to meet some conditions for it, but they could. There's nothing saying they can't. We can't open this without the combination, but I doubt Princess Rafer would know it. Well, if we can't open it, we can't open it. For now, let's continue our investigation and come back to this dilemma later. Look at my attorney's badge. Remove the vile badge from my sight. If you insist on tormenting me, I will take matters into my own hands. Hey, don't bite it. She's gonna bite it. It's much harder than I thought. What did you think it's made of? She bit it. Barbed head. I, the royal priestess of Khura'in, shall share my thoughts on the abduction. You will. Listen carefully, for such opportunities do not come often. Yes, of course, we'd be grateful to hear anything you'd like to share. My father was very likely seeking to obtain the Founder's Orb, but it was not for the purposes of a coup d'etat. It was all for my sake. For your sake. I mean, that's what I was thinking before. The Founder's Orb is capable of bestowing great spiritual power. My father truly believed that. And he wanted that power to be mine. I haven't finished my training and I still can't channel spirits. He was doing it for me. Well, first finish your training so you can actually control how about that? Right, I see. Well, do you understand why I did it now? I do, but it doesn't change the fact that Minister Inga was a kidnapper. I guess you don't believe he is, do you? Oh! New information is sure to surface upon further investigation. So suffices to say, he did all this for me. End of story. Is he really trying to obtain the orb for Rafa? Somehow, I doubt it. Speaking of powers, I wonder if Rafa will be performing the divination seance tomorrow. Now, I should probably ask her about that. Yeah, let's get this stuff first. I take it you'll be conducting tomorrow's divination seance. Who else, if not I? I mean, the Queen could do it. Good point. The thing is, divination seances are all about what victims experience in their final moments. So tomorrow, Rafa will experience her own father's death exactly as it happened. That's more than anyone should ever have to deal with. You really have to go through with the seance tomorrow? There's really no one else? What about just calling the whole thing off? Let's call the whole thing off. It's not as if I'm doing this because I want to. No. Never mind. I misspoke. The divination seance is a very important duty of the royal priestess. It is one I intend to fulfill. There's that word, duty. Your benevolence. As Crown Princess, you are destined to rule this kingdom one day. That means there will be many things that you alone must determine. Things like how to keep your people happy, and what is true and what is false, and most importantly, what role you must play therein. I wonder if I'm even up to the task. Performing the divination seance is very important for a priestess, but duty or not, it's a heavy burden for someone so young. Even worse, she'll be forced to watch her father's murder. Will it be a weight too heavy for her to bear? What about Naina? How benevolence, I noticed Naina isn't with you today. I know not where she has gone. I've not spoken with her since this morning. I assume she must be quite busy today. Naina's not in our profiles, but what if Naina could be the killer? I did catch a glimpse of her a little after 2 o'clock. I tried calling out to her, but she went off somewhere again. A little after 2? That's about an hour before the murder. Indeed, of all the times for this to happen. She normally comes to me the moment I call her name. I know it's hard to believe, but even nannies have lives, you know. Your inability to find her after the murder is slightly alarming. I wonder if her absence is related to today's incident somehow. Do you think she was unwittingly caught up in them? Who knows? At the very least, I don't think she was at the scene of the crime. Naina, I hope she's alright. Rafa seems really worried for Naina. I mean, there's got to be a reason it's these 3 specifically that are in the notes. Naina and Rafa. Your benevolence, has Naina served you long? Yes, she has been at my beck and call for as long as I remember. I've heard she even cared for me as an infant, right down to changing my diapers. Your diapers? Or nappies. It almost sounds like she could be your mother. Indeed, but that is a simple fact of life when your mother is busy being queen. Naina takes care of my every need. She is my teacher in all things as well. Rafa's pool of knowledge seems rather lopsided in some respects. Could that be the result of Naina's teachings? Naina, could it be that my trusted attendant has come to dislike me? Nappies. Now I think about it, perhaps I've been acting rather spoiled as of late. Oh, I'm sure she'll be back. Yes, I suppose Nana would never truly abandon me. She could just be old. You know. Upon her return, I will do something nice for her. Perhaps he's like a soldier massage. Ah, I already am here. And yet I can't shake the feeling that Nana's connected to this case in some way. I'm really beginning to wonder what's inside that safe. Any idea what the combination might be, your benevolence? None whatsoever. Right, what's your birthday? It's like a 4-digit combo log, so maybe it's a date. There's probably not anything that would be easy to guess. Well, let's try some dates and see what happens. I wonder what date Inga would use as a combination. Oh, it could be the date the DC actress enacted. Let's try the other things first. I'm thinking it might be that. What about your parents' anniversary? I've not the faintest idea of when it was. Yeah, I guess you wouldn't. It's December 11th. How in the world do you know that fact, Edgeworth? I don't. I simply deduce it using my elementary school level logic. Though I doubt you grasp how I arrived at my conclusions, I'll save my breath. There's no way you didn't use some kind of superpower to come up with that. Anyway, here goes. 1211. No good, it won't open. Let's try another number, shall we? Let's try Rafa's birthday. When's your birthday, your benevolence? You're wasting your time. It could not possibly be my birthday. I mean, we also didn't try including the year. It could be a day and year combination, or it could be a month and year combination. Oh, come on, it's worth a shot. Fine, it's December 24th. Christmas Eve. Well, let's give it a try. Hey, she's near my birthday. 1, 2, 2, 4. It is! Oh. I hoped it wouldn't be that obvious. Let's be clear. It opened. It did? Yep, and it looks like the bottom safe was a fake. Something meant to mislead would-be thieves, no doubt. Every time. I really thought that it should have been when the Defense Culpability Act was enacted, but okay. Still, it was rendered quite ineffective by his use of such an easily guessed combination. See, Edgeworth knows what's up. But why, Father? Why my birthday? 'Cause he loves you, you dingbat? No one's supposed to be in. Okay, let's see what's in here. And it was already hidden. So it's only someone that would mess around with the bust. Just notice that it's loose and then open up the compartment underneath as well. This looks like a letter or something. Let's see. Dear Father, I wanted to wish you a happy birthday. You're always so kind and I love you very much. I hope you live to be 100 years old. Love, Rafa. And it wasn't that important anyway. I wrote this to my father when I was 8 years old. For Father, why would you hold on to something so childish and stupid? No, I get holding on to it, but why did you lock it in the bust? Invisible ink. There are some other papers in here. Okay, that's better. This is the plan for his coup d'etat. Okay, now is more important. Exactly. Once I poison the queen, the throne will be mine. The spiritual power I obtain from the treasure will back up my claim. In the meantime, the secret police are to keep a close watch on Khura'in. Even as a son, I know that my parents have kept things. My dad had in his workplace a mug that I did in primary school for ages. It was just a tin with badly drawn stuff on the outside. No. He kept it there. It's what you do when you love them. Well, what? Give me that! I don't understand. I don't understand. It seems Justice Minister Inga was plotting the assassination of the Queen. This can't be true. Father would never harm Mother. Poor Rafer, this has to come as a terrible shock. What's this? There's a photo in here too. It's of a woman and a baby. I wonder who they are. The Defiant Dragons law book. It's got the Defiant Dragon symbol burnt into the front of it. And would this be the mother of Nayuta because of the hair color similarity? And he has a pendant as a diamond with the visuals there, similar. But the child, we can't verify. What if Rafer is Nayuta's half-brother? Half-sister? And the Queen isn't her real mother. On the far left, there's a law book with the mark of the Defiant Dragons branded on it. Wait, that's your benevolence. How can this be? Oh, she's out. But Princess Rafer! She's looking incredibly pale. Your benevolence, are you alright? Have a sit down. Alright? How can I be alright? Huh? All that I've believed, it was all lies. I'm afraid I don't follow. What the heck's she talking about? Can I ask who the woman in this who the woman is in this picture? Huh? How should I know? Because you're the one that reacted to the picture so much. It seems I didn't know anything that was going on. Doesn't look like I'm going to get much more out of her while she's like this. Mother. Huh? I must ask my mother about the secret she is hiding. What secret? I must go. Goodbye. Wait. What was that all about? It's like her mind was off somewhere else. It appears this photo really upset her. Nah, never would have guessed that, Edgeworth. I wonder who the lady in this picture is. It's Albie! Stop, Shadow! Get back here! Come back here! Wait, that sounds like Albie and Shadow. That's odd. Commoners aren't normally allowed in this area. I wonder what's afoot. Shadow must have been the dog that knocked the urn over. We can talk with Edgeworth and not Rafer about things, I guess. Better not touch anything without Rafa's permission. Who knows what she might say or do if she finds out. Oh, okay, it's just gonna say that. Probably the real daddy. It's quite possible that this is Amara. And this Noyuta is of royal heritage. That's why he has a spiritual power and all that. Oh, she's 43, so it's quite possible that when Rafa was born, it could have been... Is this a... Oh, Naina's in here now too. And I'll be... Okay. Yeah, I get thrown off because I keep thinking they're older than they are with the royalty. But 46 and 43, he could have... been with her sister, Queen Amara. Anyway. Oh. Ah, Edgeworth! Hanging off the cravat. I hope one of you has a good explanation for this. Ah, I'm so sorry. Hi, Albie. No, Shadow! Bad dog! Leave the man's frilly thingamajig alone! If you would kindly detach your dog from my cravat. Right away, sir! Just hold still and... Stop pulling like that, you'll only stretch the fabric. Come on, Shadow, let go of his cravat, shall I call it?
Oh no! Oh no! No!
This isn't working. I'll just have to pull harder then. 1, 2. Wait, what are you? 3! Come on! I need it! This is when Edgeworth dies, choked by Albie, your guard, pulling a dog off. Were you trying to kill me? I'm really sorry, mister. My dog has a habit of attacking silly things like that. Maybe for his sake he should stick to more traditional targets like cars or his tail. What's worse, he snuck in here again today and saw some weird looking hat. It's Naina's hat. I don't know what to do anymore. Bad dog, you're a very bad dog. Oh, poor doggo. Wait a second, I've seen that hat before. The frilly hat. Albie, can I see that hat again? Sure. Wait, isn't this Naina's hat? But I thought she'd disappeared. Shadow swapped it from someone. Albie, how exactly did Shadow get this? Allow me to explain. It all started while we were on the walk through the bazaar today. When suddenly, Dad's popped out of a manhole. Ha! Whoa! Har har har! The fangs of the divine dragons! Ah! I have no idea. That's a rebel is here! That's a rebel! Yeah, I was seeing that. It took me a while to get that. That's a rebel! Say, you want to join our cause, kid? Huh? Naturally, I was super startled by that weirdo's sudden appearance. Back, dog of the Khura'in regime! Huh? But this isn't my dog, Shadow. Divine dragon, secret weapon, dragons, not snaps! Achoo! Whoa! Oof! Har 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 har! Oh man, the look on your face, that was classic! The sudden bang of the firecracker spooked Shadow and he ran off into the crowds. Yep. Ah, Shadow, come back here! Har 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 har! That'll teach you, Khura'in's lapdog! You there, what do you think you're doing? Ah, not good! That's when the policeman came running over and hauled Dats away. That happened right around 2 PM if I remember correctly. I'm not even going to pretend to know what Dats was trying to do. No, no one knows. Bruh. I chased right after Shadow and when I finally caught up to him here in the palace courtyard, he had this in his mouth. 2 PM. That's about an hour before the minister's death. Nana supposedly went missing after the murder. This would place her here at the palace at around 2. Actually, I just remembered I saw something pretty amazing around that time too. Something amazing? So, Albie, what was it you saw that was so amazing? I saw Her Eminence Queen Khura'in channeling a spirit. Oh. Is it really that big of a deal to see her channeling someone? You bet it is! Commoners are never allowed to behold the sacred rite. Oh, can you tell me more? Of course, I'm always happy to explain. I believe it was around 2:10 today. I got lost on the palace grounds while looking for Shadow. Oh, what is this place? It gives me the creeps. How has no one picked up this kid and said, hang on, you're not supposed to be here? In my search, I took a peek into a small room and that's when I saw Queen Khura'in. She was channeling a spirit for a neighboring kingdom's king. Is it? Got the moustache there. But it doesn't, and it does look like the color of his jacket. He just, I saw it transform right before my eyes. I was so excited I had to take a picture of it. You took a picture? I know I shouldn't have, but I just couldn't help myself. Between this and the treasure room, Albie's not exactly the picture of self-restraint. I channeling right ended right after that, so I ran off before anyone could spot me. You could have been arrested again, you know. Yeah, I know. Anyway, here's a copy of the picture. Just don't tell anyone I was the one who took it. I worry about his future sometimes. Yeah. How old is he actually? Yeah, 9. I forgot. I knew it was around that. very much so. Come to think of it, how did you and Shadow get into the row? Residence anyway, yeah. It's not open to commoners after all. Allow me to explain. So this picture is, oh, that's a bugger. It's before the transformation. Right? I'll be in the courtyard. Aha! I see what you did there. There's a way to get into the palace from the bazaar. It's a bit of a tight squeeze though. Shadow can easily fit, but anyone bigger than me is out of luck. You don't say. Yeah, part of the palace wall is damaged and there's a hole I can just make it through. Go on. Bet you didn't know they have some really tasty food here. Oh, then this isn't your first time in here, huh? Trespassing is illegal, you know. But no, it's not like that. I didn't mean any harm. It's just I want to help change in this kingdom. What do you mean? Well, after Miss Faye's trial, I started thinking, like, maybe there was something I could do to help the revolution too. Bruh, you're too young. Go home. Maya's trial, huh? A tragedy only happened because of how twisted Khura'in's legal system has become. How utterly foolish to cast away one's life for such a reason. There must have been other ways to cover up the crime. Oh, I forget what voice I had for him now. Yeah, had I done so, my wife would rush to my defense, and when the case went to trial, she would suffer the same fate as I under the Defense Culpability Act. I could not have lived with myself had you been convicted because of that fiendish man. Now this cannot be. All I've done under the laws of our kingdom, it has all been... The DC Act led to the false charges against Maya and the High Priest's suicide. And their trial also caused the public to start questioning the current state of things. And it seems even Albie has some pretty strong feelings on the matter. I knew there had to be something I could do to help. That's when I remembered the hole in the palace wall. I started thinking, maybe I could sneak in and take a picture of one of the royals up to no good. I just wanted to do my part. The spirit of revolution seems to be catching on, even with one so young. Right, the momentum is steadily building, and the tipping point is fast approaching. It's just a matter of when. I agree, and the public's perception of the Defiant Dragon seems to be changing too. But Albie... You can't go trespassing like that, even if it's for a good cause, it's not right. Okay, I won't do it again. Albie, is that really all you have to confess? You haven't been up to any other mischief? And when I say you, I mean Shadow. Huh? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Nice try, Albie, but the proof is that you're right in front of us. Is it? Try the urn. Albie, you wouldn't happen to know how this urn got knocked over, would you? Ah! Okay, that was it. Not presenting evidence for a change for that. Because her benevolence told me something rather interesting. Be careful, some dingback dog got in the courtyard and spilled water over there. A dingback dog? That's right, the yapping mutt spilled a whole urn's worth. The dingback dog she mentioned wouldn't happen to be Shadow, would it? Oh. I guess the dog's out of the bag. Sorry I lied, but I was worried I'd get in trouble. No, I shouldn't lie to a lawyer like that. No, it's not good to lie to anyone like that. So let's try to only tell the truth, okay? I'll be... Oh, Mr. Wright, I almost forgot. I saw a couple of Americans a moment ago. Had really weird haircuts, so I thought they might be friends of yours. But really? No, It seems your little friend thinks all us Americans have strange hairstyles. I suppose we have you to thank for that, right? So what exactly did their hair look like? There was a guy with 2 clumps of hair sticking out of his forehead like antenna. And there was a lady with a long bunch of hair that looked like a big orange spider leg. Oh, that sounds like Apollo and Athena. Yep. What were they doing? Racing through the bazaar with the Khura'in Royal Guard in hot pursuit. What happened? Wait, what? Why were they being pursued? I'm not sure, but I have my suspicions. I just hope they're right. So sorry for not mentioning it before. It just kind of slipped my mind. Euripides. To be continued. That's probably a good place to stop this now for tonight. Let's see if they do anything interesting at the start of the next part. Okay, we'll do that next time. It's huge, man. This game is huge. This is the last case before the DLC one. I do want to take, after this one, I do want to take a break from Ace Attorney for a bit. Because it has been a long one. Yeah, it probably is the longest one. But then there's also the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles and the Investigations Collection. So there's plenty more Ace Attorney.